For the people who cry for the dreams that fade, we speak for the hearts that justice betrayed. Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Now we voice, now we power. True Media go shine like tower. We no go fear, we go talk. Even if they know I make we talk. True Media Radio on FM 103.9.
Now God we dey Friday, not true we dey preach. Freedom of speech, now that we dey teach.
For so long, we go stand tall. Radio True Media,
one voice for all.
We honor the land, the struggle, the fight. We shine a light in the darkest night, because we believe in hard work and faith. The Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them one set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began, no they neglect anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth they get, we know they play.
Now for Salon, we declare the way. Tune in every day to
Truth me get radio.
3.9.
Truth me get radio.
3.9. Radio True Media.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusuf Jallo, the Cow Footprints, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
For almost a year now, the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, SLAJ, don dey for one mission. And this mission na for make one old chapter dey na the Salon Constitution where they guarantee freedom of expression and of the press.
This not a new fact. SLAJ will don submit this proposal at the term where the Justice Edmond Kawan Constitutional Review Committee be the work. But even though it not be appear at the final report, the arguments not be ever disappear. In fact, the argument in a gang today pass any other term.
The tripartite committee will be set up because of political tension then. They recognize say constitutional reform important for make we get believing among we self, accountability and collapse.
But we for make one thing clear. If constitutional reform now for make we tap problem them tomorrow, then for protect free expression for being one main part for that effort day. Because democracy not only the well where it campaign election. No. Democracy the well where citizens then they afraid for talk. Where then they intimidate journalists them. And where then they silent voice them. Where they talk true to power.
And this campaign, not to forsake journalists then they ask for special treatment. So freedom of expression na all man property. Bloggers, market woman them, students and academics, politicians and you self where they vote.
From the one where they write book and the one where they make music to civil society activists and comedian them. Now the thing where they give it the right for criticize policy them, for expose corruption and for put multiple governance business at the country where we not go afraid.
One old chapter in the constitution where they talk about this go make the pattern we not clear, we able to revise them. It go see the media as something way good for the public. It go protect editorial independence and guarantee access to information. For make am short, this go talk am clear one say, free expression not to favor from any government. Now right where people can get.
Now the constitution no more able to protect the citizens' rights. Now this make even though for reform policy they fine, it better for make the constitution cover them.
This na something where politicians them for support. Because free expression, they give strength to una legitimacy. This na something where citizens for support. Because it protect your voice. Now something where civil society for support. Because it give power for all government accountable. If we see yourself, we now go back to the days of repression, the time that will be the afraid, and where them be the set remote them, then now the time this for take action.
A stand-alone chapter on freedom of expression and of the press is a right for everyone. Fambulem, Mina Alhaji Manika Kamara, President of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. I call on all Sierra Leoneans for joining this campaign now.
This message comes to you from the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists / through the media project implemented by BBC Media Action with support from the European Union.
We show them thing we go make we kick boom, thing we go make we country go before. Mama yes so, thing we go make we grow.
Nyabone sawo matonya ye pe gbogbo era we. Tonya ye pe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo ngeta wa to mi na ni FM we. Tonya ye pe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo ngeta wa to mi na ni FM. Tamianga tu atonya ye pe gbogbo era we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. Ya bone jagbe ya le deja ti anya le dwe mi do onya gongo lo tonya ye pe gbogbo era we. Mi atanu isi vena. Na bo rabo mi do eva. Anya buda je pe gburu rabo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gbogbo era. Amiaga tole papa goti talo ba papa nebe da penegbe nugo ma o aya gbogbe cha wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede be da mo keni mo ayo Nyabone sawo matonya ye pe gbogbo era we. Tonya ye pe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo ngeta wa to mi na ni FM we. Tonya ye pe gbogbo era ngatu ayabo ngeta wa to mi na ni FM. Tamianga tu atonya ye pe gbogbo era we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. Nyabone jagbe nyale de jati nyale dwe mi do nyango ngolo to nya ye pe gwo gbo ela we mi atanu isi vena na bo la bo mi do eva ah nyabura je pe bubura bo mi wa bi do to nya ye pe gwo ela ami agato le papa go tita lo ba pepe ne be da pe ne gbe nugo mo o aye gbo gbe cha wa to mi na ni fm ne ma ya mi abede bede mo kini mo ya de kini mo ni da ke za ke me e bi lo to me gbo ka mi aga pinga e
It's a beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Indeed, beautiful country with beautiful people. It's a wet Tuesday morning, raining heavily up this end. I don't know for outside you day, but yeah, if you're planning for drive out this morning, just drive or be safe. And if you not go out it, advice, if you not get anything pressing for do, for stay at home first and see how the weather they go. But it been raining yesterday heavily, caused some disaster, and also this morning, overnight to this morning, it's heavy rain up here. I don't know how it is. Who saw you there? Maybe you get a better weather, but good morning, and hope you had a good night, and thank God for life. It's a blessing as always for sleep and wake and there every other weekday morning. We not take that for granted. We are grateful and thank God that we will come here again for can continue for do the people's work. And we want to thank God for our lives, and two, that every other weekday morning we start the morning devotion. We they talk to ourselves, hold ourselves accountable, do interviews, and talk about the thing them where they make we go before and the thing them where they draw we back behind. Good morning and welcome wherever you are. And then tell me, can get special, special thinking about people. Well, what's in the happen right now? Not just about people in coastal areas or people where they live along the sea. Because yesterday we've not had reports of flooding at Crew Bay, Susan's Bay, Odokoko, and the other side them, and it's mostly areas them usai people them bank, who sign up for bank and build. People away block gutter for bills. People away bill us usai gutter for day, usai us no for day. So because they do that, flooding don't take place, it don't affect other people. We've been going to report on what happened yesterday actually, and possibly we're going to talk to the National Disaster Management Agency for understand the situation and within the emergency plan, because it's raining, and it just reminded me I think it was in 2019, 2022 I think, yeah, we had same heavy rain on August 3rd. Heavy rain, we kill some people and stuff. And I've seen reports, though I'm not able to verify them, of fence way for on some side and some people and died. So it comes back to us, waiting we they do, we action and inaction. We did in our community. I don't talk here about how people in the building are bridge them. Go to some areas them where you been sabitra day and watch. You know they see you side bridge or gutter day again safe. People are don't build it, don't dwell in houses or shops. It's just normal. It's just. And when you get a state, when you get a country where I can watch people when they blame people, blame citizens. Naturally, we as humans, we get high tendency for be lawless and indisciplined. Now it makes states day. Now it make people and they vote for government. You get law enforcement agencies. Then you get laws. But when you get a government way normalize for give property, give land, na forest reserve, western area, peninsula forest reserve, and then go build na biobari. Reports done the way don't come and show say no, yanda na protected area. Nobody know for build it. Nothing happen. FEP, people in the day. You get Aberdeen Creek. Aberdeen Creek, yeah. We don't sign treaty them. We don't sign a lot of things same way. We not part of say we protect areas electoral day. Look, we can't. We just can't. I see NPA go demolish houses na Opta Kugama. You imagine the kind of people were not build inside the forest reserve yonder. Na ama man then get ama and tick for go broke. People who don't build mansion, we don't build big go say. It tells you how we not take renting in this serious. This government gets record and credit for set up a standalone ministry on climate change and environment. But enforcement don't be the biggest problem, because the people that we get power, we close to power, and then they break the law, and then get access, and then they build and they build na places say we not for bill. And when people themselves when a direct man then sit down there, then say they can then broke the law. And it's normalized. It's normal. We just don't normalize what's in a wrong in this country. And look what's in the happen. What's in the happen. You just see some people they below say, you don't imagine how this person get building permits for belows now. Where the Ministry of Land, Housing and Country Planning, what's in them they do? I see them pull notice, then they say anybody will build without building permits. Anyways, low pray this morning, low prayer, because something that happen at this country. I can say, well, me believe God. I can say something I pray and no more go and pray, because it hard for understand. It's difficult for me. Like I can say, I not live now any other country. I not live other side them. Now my life, now I don't live. But waiting at the scene now, how things are normalized now, wrong thing them. And supported by state institutions, some state institutions, and how the institutions are very responsible, not they enforce law, take action. If now so the world live, now so they happen in other place, then wallahi the world na problem place. The world not fair. You see people and they go bill outside and say no for bill. Somebody I don't show video of somebody they bill now the Ogu Bridge. Right down, the person don't begin building. The building don't come up. It don't perfect for concrete now. The building is still there. I drive past it, I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, I go eastern. The building is still there. People will get power, we're responsible for enforcing law. They drive past it. Me don't forward them to themselves. I don't plan I don't send them to them directly for bringing them to their attention. The building still there. No sign nothing of that Bible who they take go Rokel and after Rokel. Who sign have been bridge where they see bridge again. People are not built from don't take out. Now all day na Eastern Shell, Kisi. Also them building a bridge collapse. Poor picking them. People and die there. Nothing will come out of them. 30 the people and they do the same thing. Who they watch institution and they were responsible. People and who they take salary when months done, who they pay them for do their work, they do their work. It's your land of sell land no more, land. And the president and be not talk out. Say then have sell land no more than they. How the parliament, the judiciary, chief them, demand them, they all mix and sell land. Not ever protect the land though. And for sell. Man, I never begin sell bank ground at this talk. They sell bank ground. A lie. And they sell bank ground. Past one day you go no more, you see person they build a bank ground and tell you say, yeah, they don't sell it, I give you. Anyways, let's pray, let's pray. Let's start the devotion of prayer. Let's pray for ourselves. Let God make we better people. God, the thing that we're happy with we so, also God not like we. And we action then. And the things say how they do wrong. We need to accept that. Things say how they do wrong. So we don't see you sign of what so we don't see. And at the talk the other day, we don't normalize. I don't know how then they become normal power. If we pull dot in our house, can't even middle treat. It's so normal. It's Anyway, let's pray for yourself. Let God make we better people. Yeah, let God. Let us pray. Let's start the devotion with prayer.
اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ربنا من أراد بنا وبالمسلمين وبالإسلام وبهذه الدولة ودول أخرى إسلامية كان أو أفريقية سوءا فشغله في نفسه يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Papa God na heaven, I dey tell you thank you for the nation of Sierra Leone. I dey tell you thank you for all the things them way you don't do for we and the things them way you about to do for we. Papa God, I come this morning and I dey ask for mercy on behalf of the nation. Also we don't get it wrong. Papa God, I dey pray say you mercy go come and wash we and make we clean. Papa God, I commit the president na you hand. I pray say you go always give wisdom, idea of rule this nation so development go come. Papa God, I pray also for the people of Sierra Leone that you go give them the good heart, oh God. Papa, you go direct we as people of Sierra Leone for make we know wetin for do and wetin go do for let we go help this nation. Papa God, I pray, oh God, that this nation, the blessings the way you don't release, we go benefit from them. Father, the minerals them within this nation, we go benefit for them. Father, above all, I pray for peace. Peace that passes all understanding. Papa, I pray say peace will continue for reign over this nation. We come against everything, every plan where the enemy they plan, oh God, against this nation, when are violence, when are evil. We come against them in the name of Jesus. We pray say your blood go come over we, oh God. That spotless blood that was shed on the cross of Calvary. He said when they see the blood and pass over, that any evil where the enemy they plan, oh God, over this nation, where the enemy see the blood, they will pass over. Father, we commit this country, the green, white, and blue to you, and Papa, every part, oh God, the east, the west, the north, and the south, every area, oh God, the land, the sea. Father, I pray that blessing will continue to follow me. We thank you because you are God. Thank you because you get this nation. We give you all the glory, honor. In Jesus' name we prayed. Amen.
For so long, Papa, do We done the pray. So today, the time don't come for make you answer. Retire for past being do. Papa, do ya sorry for it? Because we sense the nonsense if we not get you presence. And if we been get drunk, we for don't fet for we self. But we not able, now you capable for pulu pandi skulala. The time you begin and the press, do ya we need the pen for done, we done the kite. Do ya just make the rain for dumb? Can't help we love.
Sweet salute. Good morning to everybody where you watch and listen. Good morning to you, Enisai Fenisef. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM on 103.9. And me, Nafisa Tola in Kadin, me ready talk. You know, August na month we get boku rain. We all know that one they say August na month we get boku rain. And sometimes na the months this way disasters and can happen and can record. Things like that the way hosting the fordom, flooding. Yes, government get responsibility, but we self get responsibility for tap for building and then disaster prone areas them. So my they see so bembe this na stone na hill. The broker them put us on top there. So my they see water they can they bank the water, then build us on top there or then put us there. So man goes to say yeah, they see bembe like the danger you see and being, but I know maybe you don't get side for go, side for bid, but you safety na paramount. Na you can force, na you can number one. You safety. Sometimes like you say everybody one day na free turn, you know, but your safety na the most important thing when you consider side for stay. You get so many people them way they live na disaster prone areas them and disaster be happen there. But you give them no more 3 months, you go see them they go the back. If the one they were then supposed for do and they do away then supposed for care or supposed for maintenance or supposed for pulunaya, because as we don't say we na motama we get the tendency for be lawless. If they not care, if they don't fail, we for take responsibility now you and we for make sure say you know you safeguard yourself. It's not always you know they rely on because the system that's and then now you can say that the system, if the system don't fail, you not fail yourself. Not to alter where disaster happen, then go pull, make them begin record the amount of deaths, injury, property, loss of lives. How about you make the decision, say, I don't want for dinner and so, I want for common and so. Some man you don't dinner disaster prone areas. Every year something that happen, give them no more 3 months, then patch back, then they back. They run they over 5, 6, 7, 8 years. While you know they prepare for go the other side, while you know they prepare for go, you know, for come on, move from that part they go. I think safety is the most important thing we they talk about how we for avoid disaster prone areas them. Look up the hill there. Sometimes some host the way you see. You the one as a motorman under pool and the under look even the mudslide area. If you watch around the way you see the slope that side, which if you watch around you must see one host and the people don't begin build. And now for where one person start, if government not pull then they so other man they begin come then back begin build. That's what they do. But I think some months ago the Sierra Leone Meteorological Agency waited for weather. Be one say some of the flooding the way they happen, it's actually man-made. They have dirty the way to it. The style back way, I don't know why people then primitive. Now so I talk the last time. They inside motoka, the tree plastic ujitoye doti na do na street. The worst one is wearing car. They'll pull it doti the water carry and go. Then turn and big gutter there. Or then turn and inside there with the waterways the way water they pass. All man they pull in doti. Yes, that moment they go give comfort for saying no get trash na your house, but outside that they go, it go cause problem, it go cause blockage, it go cause, it make the drainage system water not the flow, and water not way before say we see them blocker, get outside for go. Now in that it cause problem, it get pressure. So I believe say we for take responsibility as well and avoid for being a disaster prone areas. They don't tell you they talk for many people to avoid disaster prone areas, but they are still there. I think during this ECOWAS summit to bingo na one ferry terminal, I think government WAF. We then at the ferry, we see one host. We ask ourselves, I think it was just few journalists around. We say, that na host na person in the day because you see sebembe now just few pillars hold the host, then the water na so the swelling they can knock the place. So we like people in the under. Then we say no, maybe na house, something na bathroom. Where person they go out for go use. Then all of a sudden we see person all cookery. Now you want kaka can't stay and compete. We're like this na us. Then person they live under. It's dangerous. We can't take a national anthem and pledge as we can always do. But this morning I get parable. It's end the way me get sense. I think 2007 get something will be there 3,500. We forward. We go 2018. We go 8,000 old loans. Then August 3rd yesterday, 2026, it got 35,000 new loans or 35 loans. Now wait, drop at the comment section. We can't take we national anthem and pledge as that's now we commitments to country, and we will come back.
Highly exalt thee when honestly great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing like great old native land. We raise up hearts and our voices aloud, that hills and the valleys we echo our cry. Blessing and peace be ever thy home, land that we love and shall I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name. Always work for our unity, peace, freedom and prosperity. And put our interests above all else. So let me go. So let me go.
Will the Mamama village get their rights today? 3 youth leaders are still in prison since the protest against the bulldozer company.
Having heard the argument from both the prosecution and defense, I hereby declare the following. On charges of embezzlement of funds, not guilty.
Hey. Oh, this country.
On damage to community welfare, the defendant is not guilty. This verdict, this verdict is subject to no appeal.
From 1961, them still not change the plan. Now all thing in we on. Now we forbid the change where we want see. From 1961, with all the dreams and no plans. Now we understand.
wait for one, two. Every other day they get plan B. Red and green promises when no they ever come true. Gay now we Tony wa mulala. Gigi now we pay my way mojala. Now we mini result Alex and Asada. And with the youths and don't understand the matter.
I know you no good believe, say so many good things there for we all. Do you know say not to you business? This time we the younger them for involved.
So make we count one time. Left the buckle talk and all the bad arts behind. So make we count one time. Show them say now we God don't send it.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind. Now we forbid the change when we want see. Salon now we all get we roll. Now we forbid the change when we want see. If we not let it flow, the 18 they go. Now we forbid the change when we want see. Salon now we all get we roll. Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Oh wow, if you know how in the pain. Say somehow, all these years has been the same. And for mommy, no focus on the truth. This from the depth of the heart of a youth. Body move tongue, this not time we do the right thing. Cause everything they up to you.
Let we left for fets we serve. For Monday we know the fets for we serve. If we only plan now for one go neighbor us for trust. Now we get for pay the debts for we serve. We boku minerals and we for better where we sell them. Now we for build the road and we for make sure we not well am. Grab what you compy make you tell them. If we want forget we freedom. Now me and you go get for B Mandela. B Mandela for salon, not to region or party. This country now all my own, not to family property. We go 2 steps forward, we can 10 steps back. Salon for be paradise, not to pass we go na dirty. Okay, you go fix the road, me go fix the light. Other man go plant the rest. Fen water, now we fix the pipe. Build the hose, so we not go want use for sleep tonight. I progress like this, so make the red and the green unite.
So make we count one time. Left the buckle talk and all the bad arts behind. So make we count one time. Show them say now we God don't send it.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we
time now we forbid the change where we want for see. Just like I really talk, now we forbid the change we want for see. You know, when we talk about people building in disaster prone areas, then if the people where then they govern we or they look after we are go say they not do what they're supposed to do, they will take the change now and let we take decisions on we own for say we take control of things and stop for doing the way get for affect you tomorrow. Because some of them people are not in a Susan's Bay. Some of them people are not in a disaster prone areas. Something happen tomorrow, not to them they affected directly. Now you they affected. The primary results now you they get loss of lives, property. You know, people them. It's so much. We can't take stories them today for update to now on flooding where. You know, flooding as we talk, flooding happen in some parts. Them like disaster them. See us, motorcar, water carry them go. It's so much. Like I be say August. Most times it's August 9 weekend. See them kind of thing that they happen. Where water they go inside people like us there. It's so much, and I think the National Disaster Management Agency be pull out a flooding flash update. But we'll get a report from Saidu Cabo we put together, and we'll come back to now.
Monday, the 3rd August 2026, about 12 o'clock midnight, one big flood wey been come from the heavy rains cause serious destruction at Majeton, Femiton at Drive Godrich, and other areas them na Freetown. Because of the heavy rain, Boku water been rushed through the waterways with strong force and make the culvert open more. This water broke one fence wey been dey close to am before he enter inside one compound. The force wey the water been get make plenty people panic as it move with speed through the area. According to people wey been dey na the area where this incident happen, the flash flood passed through the compound with big force, pull motorcar them and broke other fence near one mosque. Even though nobody no lost in life or get injury, but the flood been cause serious damage to property them. This make people don't they express concern about the increasing rate of flooding in Freetown, especially areas them where they close to big waterways them.
The incident we happened yesterday, last night, around 12 o'clock, 12 to 1 o'clock. I be inside
at the compound, and they get international corral commando. And meet now the clothing must carry they come out outside, water don't book the place. Even the woman they sleep, water enter inside it. So I go come out, I rush, I call people there, but people them they inside them they sleep. So me want not be able. So later I go put voice now, now the master house come out to get for see, but car them go go down. Even one must carry down the bridge. Up to 4 must carry 2 days down the bridge, down 2 days inside the compound on well.
And we invite them when we pass there, all the water goes yonder. And all the water come here part, we need this change, the most compound. This back in photo, and the outside, the inside, all the compound photo. So the water enter inside the mosque. The carpet the way we put all chill down, photo, nobody no damage. Until the normal point. So we tell us for Allah, thank you.
For response to them concern the National Disaster Management Agency NDMA inside one notice where them pull na do don't inform the general public say then send field officers them go na the different communities them for do search and rescue operation and preliminary assessment with them partner them with them fend out na affected areas them na that Poto community Juba more than 300 hosts them be flooded and plenty property them be destroyed with hundreds of people we don't leave them hosts. 2 picking them still missing and such operations still they continue. Aside that, 8 community borehole them where people they use for drink water don't contaminate with flood water and for now they're not safe for human use. Inside Mechkem community, one compound wall where they close to one building where people they call Kaila and Kotsbari been fall down because of the heavy rain. The accident killed 3 people them where they stay under this wall. One 5-year-old girl picking, a mama and a granny, they don't carry them body go na mortuary. And also number 44 Femi Turner Drive, strong erosion make one perimeter wall collapse and the flood been washed 3 motorcar them where water been go. NDMA also remind the general public say the seasonal weather forecast where the Salome Meteorological Agency been issue show say July, August and September will get period of heavy rain across the country. Because of that, the agency they beg all citizens them for stay alert and follow all safety advice with them where NDMA and SLMET don't pull na do. NDMA also advise the public for stay away from hillside, steep slope and community them we get history of slope collapse, especially with heavy in the come. People not for throw away dirty or waste inside drainage and waterways because it block the drainage and increase the risk of flood. And also people for keep picking them away from flood areas them, drainage channel, culverts and fast flowing water them. And again, people for continue for monitor official weather forecast and emergency advice with them from NDMA and SLMET. NDMA say they don't activate the situation room for monitor all incident reports them and coordinate quick emergency response operation them. The agency also expressed their deepest condolences to the family them we don't lost their loved one and all the people them we don't suffer because of this unfortunate incident. NDMA they call on all citizens them for remain calm, cooperate with emergency responders them and make safety be the first priority during this period of heavy rain. The agency they also tell thank you to all them community volunteer them we continue for serve as frontline responder them by supporting search and rescue operation during emergency. With the kind of rain where they come, community people need for take them measures here we NDMA don't say as way for stay safe so that them kind situation here not go affect them again. For Truth Media, Saidu Kagbo the reports.
Many thanks to Saidu Kagbo for that report there. Possibly we ever talk to the head of NDMA na the program this morning. But otherwise, if we can't have him, hopefully we'll get him in our studio tomorrow. But as we talk right now, it's raining heavily. It's raining. I can't even hear myself. It's raining heavily out there, and you need to stay safe. If you watch the areas them way the National Disaster Management Agency mentioned, not so even slum communities them actually we can always think. Porto community in Juba, Mechkem community, Femi Turner Drive, and I just see Peter Beckley, they mention say in fence as well, and I know he has been complaining about somebody we go build na waterway, na gutter, and these are the things. Now the thing this way me they say, citizens can't take the law na the new hand. When citizens see something wrong, he raise concern, not all because he hates the other person where they can build there, not because he wanted the agency or institutions that were responsible take action. But we very, very reactive, and a fire brigade approach we get by everything. Until they happen to we, so we they see them every day in our community. We they see where the person they begin bill. The person go begin bill, citizen and go raise concern. Some people then go complain to council, complain to the agencies them way responsible for enforce the law. Nothing or the change. Nothing or the change. Then where every in council now, it affects people. One grand person they make a whole community flood. Side and then at this city, what lights are they not flooding? You know they nobody know tell you say they are the flood. But everybody is onto themselves. Like system, like everybody. City council don't complain. The mayor several times they don't get an eye. Don't tell about building permits. A function will be devolved to council. Ministry of Land say no. Instead then pull notice then they say anybody will build without building permits, then go fine them, then go destroy property. Go around and watch how many people in the bill side enough for build. Forget about building permit first. How na they plan the city? How? What's in the planning we wanna get? The city they go watch the peninsula. Now side and we really don't miss how we could have planned that area. Now the only like I say, I not don't live other side, but alhamdulillah I don't get the opportunity for travel going to different places. And also be any side, they always give Zanzibar as an example, right? Because an island, I've been there. Zanzibar, an island, inside a city, not all Tanzania or Zanzibar, the island. Then get recreational park, very big space, outside people and they go play ball, outside people and they go sit down, recreational place. For sometimes you don't waka, say you get park outside, you go sit down, you relax. Show me one side inside the city, outside the waka, say I passed by Taylor Cummings Garden the other day. Taylor Cummings Garden at the garden where they buy cotton tree. Fine place. If you see the grass here, it's like na rest they want plant there. The grass place look abandoned. Now not a person they go to it or today. Now council we responsible for clean. They can't even clean it. Cotton tree, don't for them how many years now? We can't even think about how, sometimes I can say, with the people that we can yagba so much from politics and leadership, but leadership, they do nothing for we, especially when it comes to things and way, now some things are very simple thing them for do. They don't care about it. They don't. It's more about politics and power and that's all. You get a city like this. No sign of the inside this tongue where you dey waka say, me I don't waka this afternoon, the sun warm, la fence side la relax ba. Or say let take you pikin, let you go show in the city. There is a park outside family they meet. I not sabi any country. I don't know, I not go other side of it. But the side where me don't go. I dey see country the way Morocco, Agadez. Na desert place. But when you pass inside one and the city, you see them plant trees and then get side and park there outside people and they sit down. But we can't. We just can't do it. Not to say we not get the whale, we not get land. Me fear na lemon then somebody they say then they sell Bengon some partner the peninsula. Me fear na follow not begin sell the one the inside free tongue yourself. Just because it seems like control not there, leadership, people and the votes government. If government not there, we all go to go and jam we safe no more. But we get governments, we get institutions them who they establish for enforce law, for ensure say citizens them behave the right way. If otherwise if we just think saying a citizen for rule themselves and guide themselves, we don't need state institutions, so we don't need for pay people and for do work. Let me just stay by we safe. Somebody don't complain. I know Peter Beckley has been complaining about that posse we go build na that gutter day for years. Look what the disaster we don't cause now. trouble where one green person they go na community caused by other people them. Sometimes just because they have influence, they get power, they get money, they want the way responsible, they turn them face the other way. Get a system like a country like this. Tell like everybody just stay for themselves. Everybody. Let me watch this video. The head of the National Protected Area Authority himself been go out yesterday. I see this video we share, and let me just watch them quickly.
Okay, this the NPA who they advise people and they know they listen. You know they're able to control nature. This is Kasada farm. Some community members then grab, then block, then put this wall. You see the wall where it starts here. It go to Dorianda. The wall for let it stop water. Let you know where. What can happen? Just this rain today, it break this wall, and I believe over time it will break that other wall. This community not safe. You are not safe either. If we continue for the block space system, now so we will continue for cause trouble for more community members and for more people and for government. Do you have many people there? When they say area, that sensitive area, you know, for building. Stop not building, not put everybody in life at risk just because you want one get place for good. Water, no they run other side like a road. You see how big this concrete there? You see how long it is? You see how broke it don't broke? Now they are in there and them. You see themselves. You see now water in the pump so inside. Yeah. What's going to happen next? If rain continue for go so it will go. This dirty not supposed to be but some citizens and people say that they're right for block all sign and then do that. Now the same people that people want them. What we tell them they not care. Now this don't cause everybody in this community they at risk. The people they don't stop this bad habit, don't stop for endanger all citizens just because we want this so. Thank you. Okay, so let me go. 3 months ago we had Minister of Gio Abdullah with Kanaya, we stopped it. Now we been telling them say this not safe. Now you see how this rain don't destroy everything don't go. Same thing we predict back today. This wall it will go. This wall get for go because the water they want block, so they will build like that. They will build like this open space, and this open space not a place for build. This is water way. Nobody wants to build here. This man was not supposed to there. Yeah, now water way. We don't tell them several times say, come move there, but they let it work. This dangerous. You don't ask them again today. You know, move there, yeah, not a place for that people they live. This
that's not the head of the National Protected Area Authority. They show me different areas them Usai then go Waka yesterday. And it's so clear. It's so clear, you know, it's so clear that you know, we actions them. But we not for be this reactive. We will be very proactive. Institutions them we responsible for ensure say people are not bill side for bill. Then take action and not wait until disaster happen. We get on the phone line now the Director General of the National Disaster Management Agency, Mr. John Vandy Rogers. Good morning, sir, and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me in the program this morning.
Yes, thanks for joining us. And we see Una pull a statement yesterday documenting or reporting to the public the areas them were affected by the flood, the heavy rains we come. Rain still they come. This morning the rain is heavy. Waiting at the situation presently. Should we be worried about other areas being affected?
Thank you very much. Yesterday the rain is very intense. We experienced up to about 6 to 7 hours of rain, intensive, and this results to flooding in some major areas around some communities in Freetown. Specifically, the areas that will be affected yesterday. We got one place we refer to as Poto at the back of Juba. That place now almost a marshy land where people that belong construct buildings, and when it rains, you find out say flooding will occur enter now over 300 houses will result to some displacements. And beyond that, we equally recorded an event somewhere around Meshkem, Usai, a big building we then refer to as Kalan Court Barry, with defense court,
August
in
2026,
Podon Pambodi,
about 12 o'clock midnight.
and people that minister to Pambodi, one of which now a 5-year-old girl, a mama and a granny, we lost their lives in that particular place. We get another event we will call around Femi Turner Drive, Usai, vehicles have been get for wash out yesterday by the floodwaters. And that stretch where at the beginning, we will refer to as Bonga Town, instead be seriously affected. And we get the situation Usai, we lost the lives of 4 people there yesterday. So that we get equally one person who missed. Initially, at the outset of the rains, we may get for missed 2 people there, but later on, due to rescue operation, we look for rescue there and reunited with the families. The rain see the fall. Now that's not the situation make, we will not activate to National Situation Room. We're in constant touch with operators then at the field. We have people in the field. They equally look at various communities.
Mr. Rogers, on able map out disaster prone areas, which I possibly go ask people them for move out and instead of them wait till disaster happen. Hello? Okay, I think we try to get Rogers again on the line and see if we can get him on a better line. That's not the head of the National Disaster Management Agency. We just give you some updates about the number of deaths. People them imagine, picking them way die just because them parents them bill in certain areas them with enough for day. But look, when you watch most of the reports that we get from yesterday, the side and way flood, na side and way people and go bill who sign up for bill, side and way people and bill na waterways, side and way na gutter, somebody don't go some say they don't run in fence, it's tough. And me they say we never wait till disaster happen before we take action. We get institutions and we responsible way for take action and not wait till disaster happen. Look, take the video of Tunis, the head of the National Protected Area Authority. Will they come back shortly while we try to get Mr. Rogers on the phone?
Okay, this the MPA where they advise people and they know they listen. They able to control nature. This is Kasada farm. Some community members then grab, then block, then put this wall. You see the wall where it starts here? It go to yonder. The wall, for let it stop water, let it not go where. What can happen? Just this spring today, it break this wall. And I believe over time it will break.
We don't get Mr. Rogers on the line back. Simon, you can stop this for now. Mr. Rogers, I've been asked whether una don't map out disaster prone areas them. Usai una go ask people them for move out and not wait till disaster happen.
We get low lying communities where the potential flood flash point for flooding. Then areas and we don't get in touch with them. We don't engage them. We don't tell them clearly what they do. In terms of extreme weather condition, we get protection of life and property. We don't do assessments of those areas. We know the risk and everything involved. So constantly we don't engage them, even before the rains will start. So at the steep, we're in constant engagement with those communities. And then they know clearly what they're looking for going to higher ground just in case if the weather becomes very intensive.
Okay. The NDMA get the capacity in terms of resources, personnel, equipment for handle whatever might happen. The rain still they come.
We get some capacity. Capacity is developed over time. We get some capacity for managing this particular event as it is. Now that's not the reason make disaster management a multifaceted engagement. Not only no more. Even yesterday, we were out together with other institutions for make sure we were able to be on top of this matter. So in terms of capacity, we try to make sure we will manage what we get.
Okay. Most of the areas them we flood some of the information the road on the gets now side them way people bill now waterways people bill who sign up for bill just now been the show video of the head of NPAA where they show an area outside somebody go run a fence just for block the water. What's the proactive measures? How do they collaborate with other agencies them for address some of them things there before disaster happen?
Lamana is very correct. Some of the areas and the now wetlands, people then go be. For example, you look at Poto, Usai will get them 300 non-permanent structures, semi-permanent structures, and some permanent structures. We've been here for flood yesterday. That place originally belongs to Ministry of Agriculture. And they use that as a nursery. So over time, people then go put houses in there in a wetland. So when the rain fall, the place became saturated. And the soil for whole. So flooding will occur. And these are places where the National Protected Area Authority, we don't communicate with them, the Ministry of Agriculture, they're all aware. People are not supposed to be in those places by right. So you see that they make me work a bit difficult. And if you know say I crime for what belong to a place when I wetland or even waterway, I crime.
So this is the point. This is the point, and it's costing government a lot of money for do the rescue, for do disaster, for respond when disaster do happen, and in front of our eyes these things are happening, and nobody's taking action. Look the video they show. Look how somebody build a fence, make a fence, now waterway, and who for take responsibility for this? Who for take now the people or not the institutions?
Not to one person for be engaged. Now a number of institutions will for take responsibility. I don't lay the foundation there. That place now a place, for example, we belong to Ministry of Agriculture, and the nursery. The responsibility to protect wetland, the National Protected Area Authority and responsibility. What you would do now the disaster management component we will look at. Just in case if people are affected, we will make sure say the lives are protected. We will make sure say safety day. We will make sure say we're able to engage them constructively and let them know clearly what they can do in terms of extreme weather conditions. And exactly that is what we are doing. We expect the other institutions to play their own part.
Yeah, I know, but the rain still they come. Waiting now. You message to people out there. People. We know a lot of places where now disaster prone areas. Where people they live, where people don't build. Waiting go be your message to the public.
So people they get for common at the harm's way of disaster. Then place them there and they so. Now place are not sustainable in terms of settlement. Not a place where government give them. Not a place where Ministry of Lands give them. You get people there where they claim land unnecessary. Now different places, now bad places where they will settle. So the first recommendation that they give to them in these very difficult times of the rains, when they come on and place them, they have no business being there. Number two, let's put in the stop for the construct houses and waterways. Those houses 10 chances out of one. They fall. Beyond that, let's put in the effort the stop for the throw rubbish into storm drain channels. It cause flooding because the waterway get for block. And by every stretch of thinking, the water they go in our communities and they cause displacement. And beyond all, let people they know say, let them listen to the National Disaster Management Agency, early warning program, so they tell to the public through the media, like what they do so now, and through other channels, for make sure so we will protect life and property. Yeah. Imagine if we don't been there yesterday, that people all rescue, that took people they all united with the family, they would all lost them. But by the grace of God, we are doing our level best, and we will continue to make sure we deliver upon our mandate.
Okay, thank you so much. We wish you the very best, and we'll pay attention to waiting to happen. And you can do as much as you have. You can give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have, and it's tough. And we understand. But again, the situation is we get a lot of agencies we responsible for institution responsible for ensure say we protect this environment and ensure say people are not bill who sign up for bill. We get National Protected Area Authority. We get a whole ministry first, Ministry of Climate Change and Environment. We get Environment Protection Agency, and I see the guy Dr. Masako in Environment Protection Agency fighting with people where they mine na river them na the provinces. He's been fighting with them every other time, man. You know, people in the way get the zeal for doing what they want to do. But just because other institutions, they support them, it's difficult. Look, the NPA boss, nah. Ah, God. So then the thing in tough tape as you laugh over them. I see the other day, then go broke building the Natakugama. Now, Ahmad, ticket Ahmad, I didn't get. You imagine, President Bidongi directive for go demolish structures there, and that you don't expect to see some bulldozer, some heavy duty truck. Na amamane. Anyways, let's take another story. I think we go on some few stories. We can open up the phone line today. We don't forget about the fuel issue. They can't talk about we talk to a colleague, two of our colleagues na Cambia and Falaba for understand the situation. Fuel price don't go up yesterday. Apparently, whilst we MPs them been the debate and do the committee stage of the amendment bill, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education announced an increase in fuel price. So this morning we want to talk about waiting people and think about that before we talk to guests then this morning. But let's take another story. Remember, I've been get Martin Michael Naya, the head of Mercury International, will be announced a draw for a house where somebody go win. If he competes, if he play, then games them. So somebody been on win those and then do hand over those to the person yesterday. Let's take a video of that quickly.
On Monday, the 3rd of August, Mercury International, one of Salon's leading betting companies, do officially hand over 2 bedrooms, kitchen, toilet, and sitting room house located in Taft Salon Micro City to one lucky winner Abu Fumba we come out from Kenema. Abu Fumba talk say in glady for receive the host and further talk say Mercury real and this not to plan something.
Yesterday I travel come and not believe up to now until the handover give me the key. So really I so overjoyed. Today serious rain day back but for me now serious hot sun in the back hot sun in the back so I'm so glad and at the time for tell me brothers they say Mercury area, the more you play the more you get chances. The game area.
Managing Director of Mercury International Martin Michael talk say this na showers of blessing for the host and the winner, and Mercury will continue for do more winning promotion them.
So it's a very special occasion for everybody involved. I would like to thank you all, and hopefully we will continue for do more.
According to Mercury International, the host worth 81,000 United States dollars, and this now one of the biggest lucky winners them through the years. For Truth Media, Mina Ishmael Zebangura, the report.
Plenty thank you to Ishmael Zebangura for that report today. Well, see, man winning. I go on for winners. I don't know if I go on for play. But anyways, we continue for, tell people them about building a disaster-prone areas them. If you see, yeah, so like how they see someone, they see big rock, hill, sloppy. Like what they say, and I go down, they go put us there. Well, they can take other story from, I think, NATCA, the National Communications Authority in a salon, where they celebrate their 20 years anniversary, and we will get a report where Emmanuel Boa put together.
After 20 years of hard work and dedication for regulated telecommunications, mobile network operators, radio and televisions, for CC, they meet the best ethical and established standards. The National Telecommunications Commission, we now don't transform to National Communications Authority, NATCA, don't celebrate their 20th anniversary. Now the headquarters na Freetongue with the theme 20 years of consumer-focused connectivity. As the industry be come together for celebrate both past and present actors, we don't push very hard for make telecommunications and digital services reach standard across the country. Salimaba, the Minister of Communications, Technology and Innovation, reveals say, although network coverage don't reach 90% of the population, now only 42% of the people them they actually use the internet. It means say, the need for do more work ahead.
Currently, population coverage is at 90%.
but usage is still at 42%. What does that mean? That means that even though network access has expanded to over 97 or 90% of the population, only 42% of the population are actually using the internet. And this is what we need to change over the next 20 years. This is the challenge before us, but also the opportunity before us.
According to the minister, the first 20 years being focused on building infrastructure. Now, the next 20 years need for focus on affordability, quality service, and set for close the usage gap where still they exist.
This challenge is not a one-man, it's not the responsibility of one sector. It's not the responsibility of just NATCA, it's not the responsibility of just the ministry, it's not the responsibility of the private sector. It's going to require all of us to work together. That's the government regulator, that's parliament support, that's the NATCA regulator, and that's the private sector also being willing to also do their part, because that's the opportunity before us.
Where the Director General of NATCA, Amara Brewer, been they tell thank you to both the past and present staff them and say, while then they work for ensure say, consumer then satisfy, then they also work close with government for ensure say, investor them come for improved connectivity across Salone.
The people of Sierra Leone, every milestone we celebrate today bears the imprint of your dedication and service. On behalf of the board, management and nation, and thank you for your unwavering loyalty and your invaluable contribution. This act went through the legislative committee of parliament and everything was done, so I cannot do that. And because of what I do, because of my mandate, as most of you know, I have to ensure that I satisfy three sectors, right? There is the government. I have to make sure that I please them. The operators and investors. We cannot just say every time they do something, you find them. This is an investor-driven economy. If you don't go by some rules, what ITU says and all that stuff, you're going to lose investors. And I will be the one that people will come back to and say, oh, DG, the people they don't live, how you manage big deal life. So please understand this. And I also have to please the consumers as well. Now, the misunderstanding that most people have is, oh, now for we no more than they know.
Representatives from mobile network operators and internet service providers been they part of this celebration. Then pledge for continue for comply with existing laws, meet the demands of the people them, and help address the usage gap where the minister don't talk about. As NATCA enter in next 20 years, the focus now don't shift from just coverage to usage, affordability, and quality for all Saloman, as Minister Salim Abba don't urge NATCA and in partner them. For Truth Media, Emmanuel Boa the report.
Many thanks to Emmanuel Boa for the reports there. I want wish Martin Michael of Maki a belated happy birthday, and thanks for all the support to the Mediana Saloon and all you're doing. Martin Michael of Tottenham Hotspur. Wish you the very best, they done. we can talk to our colleagues in the region. They go fall about fuel price don't go up yesterday. I just read the press statements we come up from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. She updated pump prices 3rd August 2026 following a review of the petroleum pricing formula by the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Oil Marketing Companies (OMCs). New pump prices for petroleum products will take effect as follows: petrol 35 leons per litre from 33 leons. The government is providing a subsidy. Government said that they provide subsidy of 2.11 leons per litre for petrol, and diesel longo 40 leons from 35 leons, and the government said that they provide a subsidy of 3.04 per litre, and the adjustments reflect changes in international fuel prices and the exchange rate while ensuring that fuel subsidies remain sustainable. Last week I've been telling Anna about for pay attention to the budget speech, right? the commitment we'll make to IMF and all that. But let's go Falaba now. We get Frederick Bilal on the line.
Hello?
You know, Falaba, Koinadugo, na one side with people in the finance. Very difficult for get fuel. Even with fuel day, even with the price day 35, it can go beyond that. Good morning, Frederick. Hello, Frederick.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, Frederick. Hello? Oh, it seems we get a bad line with Frederick. We'll try to get him back. We want to talk to Frederick and we want to talk to our other colleague, Ibrahim Sori in Canberra, as well on this fuel increase. But as well, one of the people can tell we waiting on, I think. We can open up the phone line after I talk to our colleagues. Forget on our views about the fuel increase and what did it mean? Last week, I think it was this week where I report. Now, last week, inflation. So inflation go up because of transportation, fuel, food, electricity, and all. So I wouldn't be surprised if inflation go up again. You know, we statistics alone go pull the reports. But things are hard, and things like this, they make them more difficult for people as well, and they make them more difficult for people. Again, we know they pay attention to financial things. If you watch the debate on the supplementary budget, I've been telling you yesterday waiting unable to say how much we they lost money. In words, waiting even mention that na cut here, put here business with the pa. You know, get for pull money for financier. But government they lost a lot of money. You get people who they make money in the system where they put pressure up our economy. A lot. And it make me and you they pay for a lot of things same way directly we need to reap that benefit, say. Because government in target for collect tax, they're not able to meet themselves. NRA not able to meet them. And the members of parliament were so annoyed and they blame NRA, the GST. But check how much more you they pay GST. Where you go to a restaurant, where you go to a supermarket, things and the way you buy. Every other thing then they charge GST. But we were they run small business. How much you they fed for pay you tax them? Just for fall within the law normal say adhere to you tax obligations them. Then you get people where they benefit from this. You get a lot of people where they make a lot of money from the tax or they pay out and they put on the other side and turn on their own. We don't see several reports there. But Honorable Tawa say something, say if people and they do wrong, there are reports where they show say, them people there where the president appoints and they do wrong, and they still keep them at them place and then there is a problem. Because people are where the president appoint for serve, for make things better, if me not been president, the reports say me they see or they hear. Because these were members of parliament talking, not to me. And members of parliament talk about GST not being well handled. And members of parliament talk about customs, how people and they make money. They not to me say. And members of parliament, I want to go back and go watch the budget speech, the contributions and from the leader of government business, Honorable Tawa, the leader of the opposition, even the chairman of the finance committee. They all indict NRA, make claims about how government they lost money and all of that. And also how they spend plenty money, how they spend past what you. And one of the things that we they mention the wage bill. Every other finance speech lately, they talk about how government plan for handle the wage bill. So President Bill commit for set up a wages and compensation commission. We don't set up that commission day. For more than begin function almost 1 year so now. Nothing. Nobody not want to address. Say, look at the wage disparity, safe. And the leader of government business was asking, "Oh, don't set up this agency." The opposition don't raise concern about this. Still, don't set them up. What's in the work with them they do now? You got some man and then they negotiate their salary, and then they negotiate almost them for pay. You got teachers the way they suffer. You get nurses them. Get people them way they work in a government. Then salary they move safe out for move. But yeah, we still later forget we colleagues in the region. We never get them, but they open up the phone line. You can call as a citizen. What do you think? 078193193. There is an increase in petroleum prices. Talk to your government respectfully. Call and tell we your name and who you call from. Then respectfully you make your point. Just talk to your government as a citizen. What do you think government can do better with the fuel price increase, handling our economy, and making the bread and butter better for we as a people? We'll take some calls before we can talk to guests this morning. Yesterday, MPs did not be able to conclude the committee stage and the debate on the amendment bill, and they continue today at 12. It's a long it's a long one, but we'll take commercial break. We'll take few commercial break quickly. I think we'll get some technical issues, so we'll come back shortly.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the bank? Say hello to Omnilite, your ultimate banking solution from EcoBank. With Omnilite, managing your finances has never been easier. Here's why. Omnilite allows you to enjoy easy access to your account information across multiple countries. Monitor your accounts in real time from the comfort of your home or office. Rest assured, with Omnilite, all your online transactions are guaranteed secure. Do you need to transfer funds? No problem. Whether it's domestic or international, Omnilite has got you covered. Make multiple payments effortlessly with our convenient multiple transfer service. And paying bills is a breeze with Quick Bill Pay. Plus, schedule future payments hassle-free with standing order. Want a checkbook? Just request it on Omnilite and it will be delivered to your doorstep within 10 working days. Experience the convenience and efficiency of Omnilite today. Visit us online or at your nearest EcoBank branch to learn more. A better way, a better Africa.
When starting your day, getting fit is the first step. When the hustle starts, nothing should stall you. When it's time to plan your future, saving should be easy. When you're ready to expand, no room for excuses. When your child needs relief, waiting isn't an option. And if it's you asking, no isn't an answer. Because for us, when it comes to banking, it's all about you.
The National Protected Area Authority (NPAA), when at the office where government set up for look after protected area them na the country, they want all man where they buy land, build house, cut stick, burn charcoal, mine, cut mangrove, na the wetland.
Up the hill them
for tapa 110 because the law go bet you tranga one where you go pay boku money or go jail, and self you go pay the money, and same way so you go the jail. So no say they no want you na for the tomorrow bambai. So if you see person they do them bad thing there na the wetland or protected area na the country, na for report them na the National Protected Area Office where they near you. So if we see caterpillar or motocar them where they go back filling the wetlands them, we go seize them and the law go bet you tranga one. So protect the environment for protect yourself.
This message comes to you from the National Protected Area Authority
(NPAA). Exactly. Yeah, Central Boy. We didn't at the house like Toa. Bill I'm from scratch like Noah. Even though I don't know her. Follow Uda Sabi Road, make you baby fasten behind me like a toa. Above the game, just observing all the drama. Rappers look up to me like I'm Victor Weminyama. I get big ego and I not believe in karma. Only thing where they go around and come around. Now this 17-inch Yokohama. I dey up like Leicester. Me last one, not just the first semester. They already know I got something big coming, so they say it's in the third trimester. I switch the flow like a sound selector. Good girl want on the pressure. The girl say like man we get power, so I charge her at the wall like Tesla. If they don't know what you dey do, a man them must suppose. Not able to do a man you do, a man them must suppose. But if you see how I can bust the shows, then you go no say need no day for juxtapose. But watch you bra, watch you bobo. Me not king na me city and the city where you come up. They not able to retire me, so now then the feds for space are the least of the one that will inspire me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who that bad pass? I really short, but it weak like back pass. Who that laugh first? Who that laugh last? Who that hop on the beats left empty? Kakas. Call me name if you want some more. Show up and make it rain and pour. This summer I'm back on tour. I'm live in London, September 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Day begins the night before. After a long day, home is where comfort begins. With trusted Vitafoam mattresses, fresh bed sheets, Salon Titty mattress protectors, and bamboo memory pillows, every night becomes a peaceful night's sleep. Sharing a warm drink with Salon Titty honey. Simple family moments. Because these little moments make a house feel like home. A comfortable home brings peace of mind, and peace of mind brings sweet dreams. A good night's sleep gives us the confidence to do our best, whether it's school, in hospitals, in workshops, or welcoming guests in hotels. Vitafoam Brookfields is proud to be part of your journey. From Vitafoam mattresses, pillows and bedsheets, to Salon TT mattress protectors, bamboo memory pillows, honey and tissue. We bring comfort, quality and trusted service. Vitafoam Brookfields has proudly served families, hotels, carpenters and businesses across Sierra Leone. Visit us at 29 B. King Harmon Road, Brookfields, Freetown. Call +2 32 762 71771 or +2 32 992 71771. Follow Vitafoam Brookfields on Facebook. Email vobrookfields@gmail.com. Visit vitafoambrookfields.com. Vita Brookfields, home of Salon Titi.
This is Yvonne Akisoyer, Mayor of Freetown, and I come to tell the residents of Freetown, Freetonians, dirty must go. So what thing will you do about that? We will not pass that new bylaw. We mean say everybody for register with the approved service provider. If you don't know you own, then you for dial 8244 or go to the FCC website for find out. For call them, let them come and register you. Payment will be done using an app, online payment, cash business not the day again. If you want a bin or a bag, you go able to get them from your service provider, where they all now don't customize and make them standard. But if you want to use what you get, then they say, all right, we want to let everybody member say, this na law. And because na law, FCC don't sign MOU with the Sierra Leone police. Now then serve the EPWI for enforce. Not give you dirty to then push for them with the ala clean salon. Freetonians, let everybody register with an FCC approved waste service provider. Let we work together for ensure say dirty must go.
Salon they take action for every mama and every pikin. Together we go reach zero. We all for take action so no mama no go die where it give life. No pikin no go die from preventable sickness. No pikin no go left behind for take maclet. The race to zero they on now.
But zero no go happen by chance. If you na mama or belle woman, take action. Go na clinic early. If you na papa, take action. Support mama, care you picking for maclet. If you na chief, take action. Encourage belle woman them for go hospital for the well body one. We all for take action for save the life of we woman and picking them. So join with today for take action for reach zero. This message they come out from the Ministry of Health together with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education.
Election day is fixed. Under our new and improved constitution, presidential and parliamentary elections will now take place on the second Saturday in November every 5 years. This will ensure certainty, stability, predictability, and order, increasing voter turnout. It is efficient and transparent and makes our institutions stronger. We should all support a constitution that respects our time, our vote, and our nation. For more information, visit our website www.myconstitution.gov.sl.
This message is brought to you from the Office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice.
And I hate to work every day for better life for you. And I hate tax salon. Make developments come true.
Fambulu Nakusheo, this is a message from the National Revenue Authority, NRA. The NRA they tell all man say, now you right for ask for your GST receipt where you buy na any GST business, like a building material shop, electronic shop, supermarket, and other GST business them. But NRA don't take notice say, plenty business no they give receipt according to the GST law, and self, then customer them no but ask for GST receipt. Remember say, the GST law na salon say, na by force for let all businessmen wey get the ECR machine give the correct receipt to all them customer them wey they buy from any one pandemic shop or sales point, and anytime where you buy, then for give you receipt. Self, na by force for let all customer or buyer collect your receipt for any time where you buy. Remember say, na big offense o if person broke the law. For you the customer or buyer, the punishment na big fine, and you can forfeit your goods them to government and NRA if you not show your receipt where they ask you. Say so, if you pass mark, you will go jail between 1 to 6 months. For you the businessman, if you fail for give correct GST receipt, you don't commit offense, and NRA go fine you big fine. We go pass the customer in you, and you self will go jail according to the GST law. Make sure say you do your GST returns every month and pay your liability to NRA. For you that Triangayes businessman, more and more punishment dey na corner according to the tax law them na the country. For you businessman, when you get the ECR machine yet, make it so go na NRA office na Wama building, 3rd floor, 11 Ecowa Street, Freetown. For go try get your machine, let the law no go bet you Tranga one bambai. It important for no say NRA officer them go then a treat just now for begin seize any markets or goods we no get GST receipt when they ask for them. So all man for make sure say he collect in GST receipt after where you don't buy. If the businessman no give you, go report them quick one na any NRA office near you. Where you buy, collect your GST receipt. Where you sell, give GST receipt. Yeah, na NRA bring this message to you.
Pay tax for make less salon go rise.
Talking about NRA and tax, somebody just they remind me the tax them way they pay. You say, you know, when you go to a restaurant, additional tax where they pay na 17%. You pay 15% GST and 2% tourism levy. So any restaurant where you go where you eat, part of your money where they pay, you generate all you total. They want to give that receipt, so you get some restaurant and they give GST receipt. But yeah, normal restaurants. If you go on a beach, along the beach, I know there are restaurants where they give GST. So now the amounts this way they pay. You pay 15% GST, then you pay 2% tourism levy. So again, I want to watch this video quickly from Honorable Tawa. We can talk to Auguste in there actually. I want to see if we can open up the phone line briefly and get a few calls on the fuel price increase, but we will determine that. Let me watch this video from Honorable Tawa quickly. I've done the telling about in statement na parliament. I get for the Bingham come to na AFAF. So we go understand some of the issues. Let's just listen to them quickly.
I know we're a poor country, and we have painted ourselves so poor that even our MPs, when they are traveling with their colleagues, they sit in economy. Other MPs from other countries, they sit in business class. That is how far we have been poor. We are now poor mentally, we are poor physically, we are poor anyhow. But there are people that go to work every day, and it will surprise you when they return home with around 500-600 million. Yes. There are people that go home every day with 500-600, and these people are going home with this money. They have installed their money, it's government money they are taking. But we see it as normal. We have accepted things in these countries that are abnormal. People will grumble about port congestion. If you go there now, between 8:30 when the SOP says work starts and 1 a.m. there will be no clearing agent. I'm just coming from the port before I come to Parliament. I went there this morning. I was there up until 9 a.m. No clearing agency. People enjoy the liberty of saying, I went to a businessman, Mr. Speaker. When I told the businessman that I'm planning on, the Honorable Kelly is my partner. We are planning on opening my own clearing and forwarding agency. He said he will not succeed. I said, why? He said, because you have to stay forward. I said, why are you saying that? He said, because in Sierra Leone, if you want to do clearing and forwarding business, you must understand that my actual payment, my actual tax payment is 200 million. But you must be able to negotiate my tax payment to 10 million. People do that every day in this country.
So that's now Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte. You don't hear it for ma'am. When they talk about the situation of Turkey, you know, and what's in the happen with people where they import goods and all of that, and it really revealing. If only people can pay attention to some of them debates there, like how they pay attention to politics and the political conversation them. It make we understand how much we spend on the lifestyle of certain people them just for their lifestyle, just for how they want to live, and how much government they lost money in so many ways. To a point that even for meets with targets for able to pay for things them, we're not able. But we want to see if we can get few calls 078193193. Fuel price don't go up, or they take few calls. Forget two guests them, the one there already. They wait for the other guests to say the only way. Once we get them, we start the conversation with them. But as a Sierra Leonean, what do you think about the fuel price increase where the government announced yesterday from 33 to 35? Apparently, may have been the driver member for buy fuel and not buy until after they announced. Then get for buy at 35 late at night. But yeah, government don't increase the price. Definitely get for affect other areas them, transportation cost, food na the market, jelly self they go up because the guy they already sell jelly then go tell you say na transport then they take, and price because we fuel go up, transport costs they go up, and other things then at the markets they go up. So it's tough. It's a tough moment at this time for Sierra Leoneans. We know that, we are aware of that. I've been trying for see if we can get somebody from government for talk about this increase. Well, it's kind of tough, you know. Where price can go up, it can difficult for get government for talk about but most times when they can down, it's when price reduce, we comfortably can get people and for come around for talk about them. It seems we got some technical issues this morning with phone. I don't know if not the weather and getting the calls, so they get drop calls them. But yeah, we can talk to guests them later on in the program. If the network better, then definitely we will get a conversation. We go talk to WISEF na the program because it's importantly government here within people in the sea and how people feel about the increment. We'll come back shortly. Continue for still to you. They take a short break. Get a music candle or yeah, let me see if we can play. I can play Coach Cobain song first, then look for that music. Oh, candle will not go die. Oh, candle will not go die. Yeah, but we'll play. We'll take a short music break then while so they can talk to guests then this morning. Continue for still to you.
Respect to all Massive and crew. It's been a long time you've been away from home. That's why me come back. When me sing things up, me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Yeah, be my guide, Rastafari. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process, but man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie and dirty character. Thief man, they all a thief now. This is them batter. I Rasta man, me know Eric Cockembull. Me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make me settle, and then you jump beside. You don't dirty and more. Thief man, they all a thief now. This is them batter. Salon they go behind. Who that now we go believe? Oh, this na wrong side life. Now we dey live so. If they all a thief, who that now we go believe? This na wrong side life. Now we dey live so. Sorry, say na sana sana, self say na sorry. Oh, this na wrong side life. Now we dey live so.
That's all they make the country this deep. Let's have a little less. And last time, see how to make money and get them. So God can be for more, but one Muslim. They're wire. They're wire. They're wire.
We feel say go kill we. Hey. And now they all go gaze. Then take go for him, put in a bucket. Hey. And now they don't disgrace. They take the bamboo, hold up it, and they pack them all, let them be big office. They send the big in abroad. They left the bomb and they perish by the system. Sit down, they watch it, so they elect it, but I don't pass carry you. Come for tell it, they say, we don't have bamboo, kendale, we no go die, you. Say go, we no go die, you. We go they cry, you. We go they cry, you. We go take a beer. We go kendale, we no go die, you. We go they cry, you. We go they cry, you. We go take a beer. We go kendale, we no go die, you.
Hey, we know what in the we country. When they do it, they sit on me the for the more. Kitty kata go come today. Tomorrow now waiting go be now yo. Mr. Government, you know they see what in the be daily now we country. Also key a day more now we sick and starvation is self the knock we yo. Every day them begin they die. Who's kind of all of this now we country. Every day them people they cry. They love the yes and no one for yeah. You think for it is self it done here. Also similar pass you get dollar. Close the well self it done here. Hey, we go kendele we no go die yo.
We go they cry yo. We go they cry yo. We go take a beer. We go kendele we no go die yo. We go they cry yo. We go they cry yo. We go take a beer. We go kendele we no go die yo. The one we don't bring crisis now we country. Hey, don't forget say God they see. They make the poor man they sleep with angry. Hey, when I got to go fetch for we. The DJ then done the talk, the musician and the sing by music yo. The imam and pastor don't preach, the bill say they know one for your yo. You sit down fall on their foot, they left it there put up, get fire ho. Come for tell it they say, we don't imam go kendele, we no go die.
Where money go come for we, they send them the king go overseas. Where motor go come for we, they give them famble but take them love we yo. Opposition you know they see, think just it come the lean now we country. Who will feel say they come for we, but they like today they don't talk for we yo. What they cause them all load and talk, they load na bad belly run away yo. What they all run na the tongue, they left the innocent when they die yo. Hey we don't tire, but the pass up and down for this fire. Hey we don't wire, we go kendele we no go die yo.
We go they cry yo, we go they cry yo. We go take a beer, we go kendele we no go die yo. We go they cry yo.
Come back, we go to cry, we go kendele, but we no go die, you know. We know people, I know Shiba and my very good friend, my very good friend Shiba Concept, and not like what I can say we are resilient people. Yeah, but we are resilient people. We are Elino as well. Elino's have not like that all day, but we are resilient people. You know, people well, resilient in a sense that we've seen a lot of things we've been to war as a nation. We've come out of it. We don't get mudslide. We don't get Ebola. We're strong people. We don't get bad governance as well. We suffer for basic things. Things that we complain about every day. you know, but we still strong and we still sing and dance and turn about for politicians them. So that's the point. We are resilient people. We go kendele, but no go die. So we go replace. What you go do? We go replace. We go kendele. And we not go die for resilience. So we're not going to use resilience again. We'll change the one. Good morning once more. Welcome. This is the Good Morning Devotion. Like I say, hopefully, if we've been getting network issues this morning. Before the program, and maybe we'll open up the phone line and talk about the fuel increase, or we'll do that tomorrow or any other time. But fuel will increase, and definitely things can get for change in the market. I got the pleasure this morning for welcome to the studio again. My very good friend and brother from Fobe. Me no come from the Eastern. Adi Macaulay, flag bearer aspirant of the APC and one of the technical committee members. If you listen to the Attorney General yesterday, repeatedly it was mentioning him, Dr. Richard Conte and Honorable Timbo as the people the way he don't meet with, you know, for look at this amendment bill, the bill. These are the accounts. Yesterday I did the MPs them. Within the mark, me say the mark. And the watch with the land the law. But we can't talk about what's in some of the things, the critical things that we don't happen. And they get Dr. Emmanuel Safabdullah as well. We get some diverse views about this constitution, the amendment of this bill, and the broader review of the constitution. But Adi, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my brother Lama. Good morning, listeners and viewers. And I will join Elino and Shiba concept say the word resilience has been much overused and abused.
Okay.
By we leaders them when they don't
pay by politicians.
When they don't pay we no more, then come and say Sierra Leone is a resilient nation. That's now they own by your word. Although we feel good, but we say.
Yeah, so we have Bobo Pain entity in there.
Bobo Pain entity. Generally, we are a very strong people by we DNA. You know, when you look back, you know, at we history, we are very, very strong people. But that not mean say we for be abused and you know.
Well, we go change. We go replace them with
politicians.
We replace them with. Kendele, we go Kendele, we no go die. But
we go Kendele, we no go die. We
go be at the pain. We go the politicians and they inflict on we.
Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm not sure. See, I don't inflict pain. If anything, I don't contribute to the development of this country.
Well, any other politician could have said the same if they were sitting in front of me.
Well. The difference with me is if anybody get evidence how I don't damage the country,
well, you know, not as an individual, but holistically, part of a system or a political party, you know, where they run this country for consecutive years, and things didn't change. The same basic things people keep complaining about.
Well, to be honest with you,
we don't hold you accountable as an individual, but
yes,
as
when the Anti-Corruption Commission, there is quite a lot of development. An improvement where I bring come. Generally, the development of we country don't at a snail pace when you compare to Ghana, Nigeria, and we neighbors Senegal, even the Gambia. So I believe say we get to move from this, you know, slow pace, snail pace development trajectory to a trajectory where we would take we to a speedy.
Is it a leadership problem or politics of patronage? Honorable Tabin, they talk about. I could continue for reference because it made very salient points. I get for keep that video for the records to my Bombay. But in Honorable Tabin don't say not for going to Parliament again. So he say things as he sees them.
Honorable Tawa, I know saying one man will self one will be vice president. You not tell me that you.
But how you know?
Well. When it looks when something walks like a duck, sounds like a duck.
You assume saying that
exactly. I'm become a politician.
Okay.
So I can see through the riddles.
Well, we'll go ask him someday. Anytime I'll go ask him that question. But it said it said something about, you know, when the president appoints people to serve, then for understand say they are helping him to run the state, and if they fail, the president's not for wisdom for sack them, because if they continue for Dede, and they continue to do the wrong where they affect the greater good and the nation, not only the presidency agenda, but the country in generally. And so I've been asking you just now, who takes responsibility? Who do we, in situations like the one there, is it leadership? Is it the presidency? Is it the political party?
So I'll tell you, leadership has a lot to do with it as an individual. But not forget, say, we get a system where we get a cabinet. So it's not just the president. The president may have very good ideas, beautiful agenda, but not to go implement them. You get people when I lieutenant them, wait for come in and help them. If they all not they share the same agenda as that president, then you go realize that the president not going to achieve in goals. But again, the buck stops on the doorstep of the president.
Yeah.
Because when somebody not perform, clear them out. You know, they appoint somebody into any political appointment or position where they afraid for sack.
Yeah.
For me, when I become president, my rule of thumb is this: if I'm afraid for sack you, then I'm not going to appoint you. Simple as that. So I agree with Tawa.
Does it not go beyond just the president appointing people? You know, the political party knowledge, the political party interest, and political dynamics. Say this person supports me this way, and I need for bearer.
Well, this person supports you this way. You need for bearer, but now one vote you get, and the damage way it cause, not to one they suffer, and the whole country they suffer. So is you go for look at the cost benefit analysis or the utilitarian viewpoint, where now the sum total happiness of the greater majority, where for beyond priority, and that is it.
That is running the state.
It's running the state
and getting things done.
Yes, like me, Paddy Safa Abdullah he say usually country first. So
yeah.
we have to look at country first.
So if you be if either of una be president, you not go appointing company. Una go work na government. You go.
Well, Safa Abdullah na SLPP de you are go. Inge for tell me I want for go because na man of many hats.
Okay.
But go appoint him. He's an expert in football. He's an expert in almost everything.
Yeah. And we're very grateful for getting him at this time, you know. And this morning they can't talk law. Dr. Safa Abdullah, Honorable Gevao say, I remember I recognized you in a parliament. Say, Dr. Abdullah is a scholar in constitution. Now somebody we getting PhD and in constitutional law and other things them. So this morning we can talk about the 1991 Constitution and the ongoing amendment bill. I get Adi Macaulay and I get Dr. Safa Abdullah. Dr. Abdullah, you they put a point. I know you putting up an argument that you know, this Constitution, we've done review them long ago. It don't go beyond in time, you know. You strongly believe, say, we don't deal at one point where you make now that any president with the kind of power, if we even do them in first term, so it don't look like he want do them for election. What you they get right now? Could we have solved this if the APC been passed the white paper and get a new constitution?
Thank you very much. Good morning. Of course, it's always good to see Hadi. The last time we were in the parliament, you know, I ran into him and he was really very convivial. You know, it's good to see colleagues. Yesterday, I also ran into Ibrahim Bangura. You know, took a nice photo where I share. And that's the good thing about the politics where they emerged of today.
Yeah.
Young people were friends, we're used to each other.
Yeah.
We go bitterly disagree and agree on how to push a country. So one of the things where I don't say over the last 3 weeks is the ability for Sierra Leoneans for change their constitution without waiting for political expedient moment. It's very important. Like I say, from 1952, 54 to 61, every time we change the constitution, events the propeller, you know, and this is not the seventh time we don't try for change the constitution. We do it in piecemeal, change them half and half, bring the half come. My point is, when a country like Sierra Leone don't get to where we are, it is very important for us to actually just sit down and say it's time to reform our constitution, rather with the chair and half, right? Because one, the 1991 constitution was drafted against the culture of one-party state. And I keep saying this, if you look into the constitution, the president is super powerful, which is not uncharacteristic in a presidential system, but in our own side. If you I keep saying this, if you take the constitution, you put it into a computer PDF and you search the president, you find out that he's mentioned over 1,000.
Yeah, I get that point.
Like over 1,000 times, yeah? And what we need to do as a
Does
people,
that justify the supreme executive?
Listen, I mean, my disagreement with the title of the, not with the title, the way the Supreme Court may interpret Supreme Executive Authority is well known. It's published in academic articles. But the point is, the president is powerful. He makes a lot of decisions. And when you have such a president, that animal can become anything at any point in time. So back to the discussion, and the fact say, as Sierra Leoneans, we need to get elections after this episode, this one where they go on so, and say, let's come now and change the constitution for the next 100 years. Look at what is wrong with the constitution, where all the reports them, all the findings of fault in the country, why I say report them, every time we get crisis, there will be a recommendation. Don't say this constitution needs to be amended. The TRC report clearly said this constitution was a problem. We need to amend it. We get the Edmond Cowan report. It came out with 134 recommendations. So we need for Dwam. We begin for Dregu Futona. The tripartite report come, he said we need for change them. Now, if you get a war situation, we say you get over 150,000 people killed. And one of the biggest recommendations where they make is want to overhaul this constitution, and we still dilly-dally about it.
Not saying we they do so now.
No, but you cannot do it in piecemeal. That's the point. The point is, if you look at the amendment that they make, the amendment where APC been tried for do in 2017, the amendment what they do right now. Now the political aspect of things. Let us look at the bigger picture. There are things that were bigger than me and you. We go benefit people. Socioeconomic rights, for example. Right? One of the big things where they happen in this constitution today, we then they do is for guarantee constitutionally women's empowerment in terms of the 30% quota. That's a very big thing. I also see that the constitution tried for for shackle the president in terms of the appointment of the electoral commission.
Yeah, and members of parliament are arguing about that, yes, especially from the ruling bench. So you're taking the powers away from the president and the presidency.
Yeah. just like we see there, and so I can begin saying about every time the camera come up, you get for ask somebody if you for ask this question. Nobody wants to lose power. But this is the point. My point is, our constitutional making should not be precipitated by political expediencies. We need to change this constitution because we feel it's time to move away from the past. We have not. You understand? We not agree move completely. And
now the political will not there, because when you watch everybody is referencing Peter Tucker, Edmond Cowan. We are back at it again. We have been vice president in first time. We've been on get this, and we are at this point 2 years, and we're dragging again.
Even if you remember, and I know we're going to have a lot of debate about it. If you remember how the former government, the APC, tried for rush through the last minute constitutional reform. You will not say it is not on top of a political agenda. President Bio has done well for bringing at least 10, 12, or 9, 10 amendments together. Some of them are very contentious. Some of them are needed. Some of them are requirements that have been made by political godfathers, the international community, but also in the disagreement after 2023.
But why should we be listening to
what's the point? This is our Bible. Like we say our Quran. Like we get this Quran done. I say I believe in. It is the will of the people. It is the dictates of the people. It is what we want to see our grandchildren inherit. It should be something born from our own bottom belly. Like where you say this is something we want to do. It will be urgent. So this is why I say to my colleagues every time we meet in Parliament, and I hope if you win elections, we're not going to come back here at the end of your term. You understand? Because it's very important. Constitutional issues should not be politicized in the sense that na APC versus SLBP. Yesterday I was also in Parliament in the evening hours after the rain ceased, and you find out that the conversation really is how they politically advantage the APC, how they politically advantage the SLPP, rather than the sincere and genuine need for Sierra Leoneans to want to change the constitution.
So you know, una land colleague, I they ask you first, then this go Chukwuemeka say the constitution no get problem. Now interpretation, that is his point. I mean, it's been said that.
I totally agree.
Well, it's an interpretation. So because you can get new constitution, interpretation issues then begin coming.
No, Adi would say he agree with you. I don't agree with you.
I totally agree.
So what's in your point?
So the point really is, the constitution is a document will go be interpreted. Our Supreme Court has not done justice to it. This is not something we all know. And again, I will tell you as a student of constitutional law, let us go back to after the NPRC regime. Every time you have a constitutional question that the government is extremely interested in, the Supreme Court leans towards the government position.
So that's the point. It's not the constitution, it's the interpretation.
Yeah, but the point really is the constitution needs update. So let's look at the things. You don't have a provision on local government. You don't have socio-economic right. Your constitution discriminates against women in section 27. You have excessive powers in the emergency provisions. The president problem. The diaspora have no role to play in a very modern globalized society. You understand? So these are major things where the constitution needs to be over. If you get past 12, 13, 15 issues where your constitution lack, it means forget about the other. What I say constitution needs to be amended, not means every sentence, every comma is wrong. You understand? You already get the framework of government. You get checks and balances. You get the rule of law being pushed forward. But you get things that were not there. You get things that where they overlap. For example, we have this electoral provision. We have section 77 where they say diasporans them not for go parliament. And you could see now we are the very few limited countries where they say that president is a different thing. It's a different animal. For let you run as for president, you get for be real citizen. We get commitment to upholding the country as a country. But you have many issues with firstly not in the constitution, but second also the one that we need upgrade. And in part of doing that, and because of the Peter Tucker report and because of the TRC, I keep saying the TRC, whether at the Lomi Peace Accord they come up from to TRC, all of them are saying let us amend this constitution. But at the same time, interpretation will become an issue.
Adi, you get a different view. You agree with Emeka, right?
I totally agree with Emeka, and there are quite a lot of things where we need to unpack here. Firstly, I agree with me brother here, Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, that you cannot pursue an agenda of constitutional reform based on your own political convenience. That is one. Once you do that one day, it will not pass the smell test. And things in way opponents will usually agree with now will be suspicious to them. That is one. And secondly, I also agree with Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi that you cannot engage in a piecemeal amendment or reform of the constitution. When you do that one day, then it go back just for backup within Safa talk in the first instance. You cannot do
there is a motive
based on political convenience. So I totally agree with Yanda. I agree with Chukwuemeka. There is no perfect document. When you look at the American Constitution, it's about 250 years old. I believe they've added up to 29 amendments or so. That has been done over time. And waiting they inform their amendments than the facts on the ground. You know, no constitution can be forward-looking enough for cover 200-300 years from now, 50 years from now, because things change, values change and all of that.
Yeah.
Which is why when you look at the debate of same-sex, abortion, it depends on the time. It's been flip-flopping in America. It depends on the generation. So I totally agree, so you cannot do it on piecemeal. But I agree with Emeka is that the 1991 Constitution is not perfect, but it is still a good document if only we as Sierra Leoneans and politicians and professionals are sincere about waiting day inside day. Like you say, the courts generally always done they come and disappoint we in
the courts owner belong to
in interpreting the Constitution. For example, one particular issue where me and Safa Abdullah be on opposite sides now the Supreme Court was the interpretation of Section 38 and 38A of we Constitution.
Waiting.
Section 38A of we Constitution tell you say if at the time when the president they announce a date for general election, if there are no existing constituencies, then we go to proportional representation. And the president in 2021 announced the date for general and presidential elections
in 2023.
For 2023,
yeah.
And at the time where he announced that date day, we still get existing constituencies because the system will be used then was a constituency-based system. So the law say the Constitution Section 38A when an amendment in 2022. And for me, it was a welcome amendment because it gives flexibility to which kind of kind of elections we for run, depending on waiting na the facts on the ground at the time. And at that time, we get existing. And I still recall me and my brother, Indolomwe Wugivao, na AYV, I believe it was on the 4th day of July 2022. We will be engaged in this argument. And I turned to him and said, Givao, they said there are no constituencies. He said, yes. I said, you're in parliament now. Which constituency do you represent in parliament? He says, constituency 001 or 002. Is that not an existing constituency? And when you go back to section 38 of the Constitution, it said delimitation for be done between 5 to 7 years, earliest 5 years, latest 7 years. And at that particular time, the expiration time for delimit constituencies not arrive it. But Safa Abdullah and Ami brother was in the Supreme Court arguing that there are no constituencies. So when Emeka, you were arguing in favor of the PR system,
yes, but that's not correct. What you just said is not correct.
So you can clarify.
I don't want to have him talking and I'm talking. So
okay. Well, clarify.
It will get opportunity.
Okay. We can't say Dr. Abdullah. Yes, let's just conclude.
He was representing the ECSL. I was part of the legal team that the Supreme Court will be they represent the APC. The argument was this: they say the conditions not ripe for get proportional representation elections. Now, first past the post-election, we forget, because as at the date where they announced the result, there were constituencies. And also, we not reach the point, the 7-year point yet, where it mandatory for make you do constituency delimitation, which if you not do them, then all constituencies will be extinguished and we get a district block system. So that was the argument.
So the point is about the interpretation again to the point about
it's about
where you sit and how you interpret the law or the Constitution.
It's about the interpretation by the Supreme Court, and it's about the sincerity on the part of us, the politician.
Dr. Abdullah, you mentioned something earlier. Say there was a Supreme Court case where you reference. Say what's in there exists is that most times if cases go to this court, the tendency is that they then go lean to the system if this is what they want as against the interpretation or the spirit of the law. You go clarify what they say. But I just want to ask, do we agree now with Chukwuemeka that the law is actually, the interpretation of it is actually the problem?
I think Hadi made the point. The Constitution is not a perfect document. The Constitution is dated because of when it was drafted. Will come up from the one-party state. It makes, most of the powers were centralized around the executive, and that needs to be handled. And I keep saying this: constitutions are meant to shackle government, particularly the executive, what we call in constitutional law 101, the monstrous animal. It's very big, it can do anything, so you are supposed to control it. What you then call unrestrained powers, you have to check them. So clearly, Chukwu and Adi will not be, they're not going to write past the TRC report. We take an entire generation for develop, for consult. They're not going to write past even the tripartite committee report where the APC, where Hadi was represented, where they made the strongest recommendations, for example, for the 50+1. You understand? So what we are saying is, yes, the Constitution is not a dead document, right? But it is not up to speed to the modern Sierra Leone we want. So we need for reform and we need for other things. Let's come back to the conversation where Hadi did talk about. One of the things we have to understand, there are two things. I mean, let Hadi not present the situation as in a layman. Hadi is a lawyer. Firstly, you are a lawyer. You represent your clients. You represent their views. So when you argue it, it does not make you less sincere at all, right? The second part is what he said. I argued. It's not part of the argument. It's documented. Law will not make claims on TV for the sake of making it. My argument for ECSL was clear. One, there was supposed to have been a census. Now, from the last census, which was 2015, to when we were going into elections, the population size had increased. We mean say there has been shift in boundaries. There's been populations in boundaries. If that had not been done, you cannot go back to 2015 census in population because the population census had not been done.
I totally disagree with you.
Please let us have decorum here. You cannot come and sit here. There is a Supreme Court ruling. You want to make this about you and I and sincerity as you better.
I am not talking about sincerity.
Let us have a decorum in this conversation.
I don't talk about decorum. I did not.
Adi, wait.
I understand. I just want to make a point.
No, but the point is finished. You had made your point.
No, the point
you cannot make a point when I'm making a point.
When
you were talking, I waited. You will have to wait.
I'm the judge now.
The right thing. You will have to wait. The point, you have to wait. That is what.
Tell me.
That is what is correct. You will have to wait. You have to wait.
When I was speaking,
you will have to wait. That is what is important.
I don't use the word decorous.
I will withdraw it. Let's go. You will have to wait.
Okay,
this one you will have to wait.
Thank you.
When you make this point,
I am happy.
I will wait. If I'm making the point, I'll wait. If I'm making the point, you will wait.
No,
you will wait. I'm telling you. So yes, the point. Okay, what I'm saying is, for me, I mean a teacher. That's what I do on a daily basis. If you have two students, one they talk, people don't get the point. You may be right, I may be wrong, I may be right, but let people understand the point what they make. You understand? When I said decorum, I don't insult people. If you know me really, you know.
No, I didn't know you.
You know me very well. See, me another evening, we can disagree a lot.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making,
I'm happy that you entered to debate
this entire conversation. Let not take them to one Supreme Court conversation. But even if you want to take it to that, the Supreme Court said they agreed with my argument that yes, there has been population shift and that we should have a system where we take into account the population growth. If you were in Parliament yesterday at about 8 o'clock when I sat there, that was the same conversation that they were having. The tower was making. It says 38A and B exist. Low left and when expedient, we use one, which I disagree with completely. We cannot have two systems in the constitution. You understand? We will not say, if this happen, that this go happen. If this happen, that this go happen. Right? You have 38A, you have 38B, and the rest of the subsections, where they say, okay, if this happen, then you go to this, which is what Hadi had said. But
you think that is not ideal?
No,
to have two systems because there is
I mean,
situation.
you want to have let's have a PR system. Simple. Globally, it's the predominant system where they exist. Now, yesterday, the argument which I really like, and one of the things that I think is important, we sit here, we discuss. It's good. Dialogue, disagreement in a democracy. And yesterday, that was the issue. There was a very interesting argument between the leader of the opposition and also the leader of the House of Parliament, where and then Honorable Tawa came in, where he said, look, we don't want this 25 or 20% from other regions. We want the PR system, but let you not give you this onerous requirement. Now, that is something that makes a lot of sense, because, and it also disadvantage, for example, I will tell you, if the APC cannot get 20% in the East, which is likely, or the SLP cannot get 20% in the North, the presidential candidate, then you cannot be president. Then you go get what you call a constitutional quagmire.
And you've been saying you're in support of the 50+1, right?
Yes.
And the threshold.
Yes.
Because you say we're spending a lot going to a runoff.
Yes.
And we should not be spending that plenty money there and left health services and education.
So what you're saying here is, let us have a system which is less expensive and use the money for other development issues.
But 50+1 can't take us with threshold, not go take we to a runoff?
With those requirements, it will take us to runoff. And this is what has been said yesterday, which I'm trying to reiterate. And I think it was a very important point that Honorable Tawan made, that Honorable Abdul Kagbo made. When you begin for say, you have to have 20% here, 20% here, and 20% in the other electoral blocks. And I think that's something. But apart from that, we have the other provisions in the constitutions, which is also important. Like I spoke about the women's quota system now being constitutionalized, if I can say. I think that's very important.
Dr. Abdullahi, quickly before I come to Adi, which kind of election, with all the arguments all together, so you've been in parliament, you don't follow this debate. And as you mentioned, waiting it seems like now, APC versus SLPP.
Yes.
It's not actually fixing the
system,
problem in the
and
fixing the condition.
Exactly.
So with the kind of spirit we see with what's in the happen at Parliament presently, are we fixing an electoral problem, or the politicians, the ruling party, want get them where the kind of system where they want to ask the agent yesterday? The PR issue actually came up from President Bill Force.
No, it's not correct.
No. With this government,
okay, yes.
President Bion at the town hall where Sarah I organized, where Umaru Fofana moderates, openly said he prefers PR system because him thinks go bring national cohesion and unite the country. And after that, immediately after that, before 2023, we see the push for a PR system, and the government succeed, forget that. And we see it again. So it is about waiting the president want and waiting the political party wants.
Let me correct that first. The PR system is a system where the president had mentioned, but it's a system that has been already in existence, and had he made the point, from 2002 has been there was a constitutional amendment to that effect. But the point is that what I want to say is, let's go back in history and look at all of these recommendations, what they have said, right? Firstly, the 55% threshold in our constituency election system is onerous, it's very big, it takes us into places. The PR system is predominantly what is operating in most countries. It depends on how you twist arm and turn on for suit your situation. And when the president of Sierra Leone, President Bio, said that, you could see that he was genuine, he was sincere about it. And yesterday, one of
his points actually, the good part of
it. Yesterday, the AG also said the same, that after the war, we had 6 political parties in parliament because of a PR system with a lower threshold. And I think that's really where we need to go. A PR system with a lower threshold. Because, for example, let me just butt this one in. I see that the tripartite report made recommendation for political oversight of an independent electoral body, right? There are pros and cons about it, which I think should never have happened. Having politicians provide oversight to electoral body, I don't see and I haven't seen where that has happened. But the question when we really get about that is how many political parties are in parliament? 2. So you only have 2 political parties providing oversight over the electoral body where they make them elect people, while the other 14, they're outside of parliament, they still exist, have no say.
The Honorable Abdul Kago actually clarified that yesterday. I listened to him. He was saying the oversight when they provide means not the question the independence of ECSL.
How can you provide oversight and you don't question what they do and how you do it?
Well, he was making his point that they're not interfering into the running, now for ensuring a part of the recommendation.
But oversight is oversight. I mean, constitutional and administrative law say oversight means you actually watch what they do, you call them, you question them, you tell them, say this is not, we disagree with that. That's what it says. It's constitutional law 101.
Are we getting this review to solve a problem, or we are actually, it's APC versus SLPP, and possibly if we get PR now and if APC can apply it can change. We could go back, say, amend this part now the constitution.
The intention behind this is for get a constitution with the work for we all. But before I go down the road there, I see Safa Abdullah bring an argument about waiting the Supreme Court be ruled on. It was not an issue of population size shifting. Not forget, say, based on we 1991 constitution, it say we for do census every 10 years. That's called the decennial census, right? President Bio in SLPP government beget an agenda for push through proportional representation. And you cannot do that without trying to bring in within, for the first time in the history of this country, we don't get a midterm census. And that census was so conflicted in many ways that even ECSL themselves say, no, we're not going to just use this census outcome for determining the boundaries of we district. We therefore take the 2015 census, we take the 2022 census, we put them together and get an average. That is just admitting to the fact that we need not have a midterm census, that it was purely done for political purposes, that is to push through and force down our throats the PR system, which they attempt to do for the second time. But for come to Dr. Safai in argument about PR system, like you say, we get a dual system in we constitution.
You say we can't have 2 systems. No, we need to choose one.
You definitely don't have any problems with having 2 systems. And I keep saying this. When something is not broken, don't fix it. So in 1996, because of the war, we will not be able to reach the nook and cranny of this country everywhere. We get the PR system. It was an in-house arrangement. In 2002, we still get threats of war and all that thing in there. And late President Kaba rightly bring a constitutional amendment we bring into life section 38A of we constitution. We say in the event that we, for one reason or the other, we're not able to draw up constituencies, then let us safely use the PR block system. It worked 2002, right? It worked 1996. In 2007, when it was right, the conditions were all appropriate. We get an SLPP government, we conduct first past the post system. We use a first past the post system in 2012. We use first past the post system in 2018. We use first past the post system in 2023. Waiting this bring for beer, now that it's a perfect system. when circumstances are right, you use one system. Where circumstances are right, you use another system. You don't want for just put all your eggs in one basket where there is a little crisis, you are late to do this or something, one way or the other, obstruct the drawing up of constituencies. You already get another.
But the argument all they get right now, Adi, so, you know, is it about who would go benefit from either of the system, or it's genuinely because
I think definitely the APC and the SLPP don't benefit from both systems.
Yeah, but the resistance where you see, and mostly you've been there at the technical committee.
Oh, right? Yes, I was.
Why didn't we have a system where we say, let's have an hybrid system? Put a system, bring this and bring this. So we get a system usai nobody no go think say there will be disadvantage. It's about how much seats they go get or how much seats they not go get.
So Safa Abdullahi bring an argument we really not supported by facts. He say, first of all, the oversight we Parliament get over ECSL is called the subject matter oversight. They know they get oversight in the day-to-day running and function of the ECSL in carrying out.
Where is that written?
So again, I'm not going to use the word say, look, observe decorum now. But
I just ask.
Make I continue me.
Yeah, continue.
I will stop. Yeah, I know. What you're trying to really just is contestation. I just ask one question. Rather you stop the whole debate, you could just have gone on. Yeah, that's what you want. Exactly. One side I write down the.
No, go ahead. A question.
Ask the question. You know I answer now. You want
so basically, he interrupted me in mid-sentence.
Okay, sorry.
And that disrupted my flow of thought.
Okay.
So, but not to Nami Paddy. Yeah. So I'm not going to say you need for exercise decorum. I mean, that's what we can do. But the point why they make is this. You know, we get what we call subject matter oversight, right? The Parliamentary Oversight Committee on ECSL, now they go look at the day-to-day function of ECSL when they carry out the mandate. Because based on the Constitution under Section 32, ECSL gets the right for execute the constitutional mandate without any direction of or control from any person or authority. That I totally agree. Waiting Parliamentary Oversight Committee get over ECSL, now for make sure say there are recommendations within the tripartite committee where really APC behold say these are the reasons why ECSL was able to do what they did in 2023. That is that
but that is giving politicians more power as well.
Just hold on
like
for me.
Safa said, now two political parties in a
Parliament not go able for carry out constitutional or legislative reforms of ECSL without having ECSL's input. But the pace at which ECSL they go, they've been very resistant. For example, you get a UNDP report with a commission after the disputed 2023 election. We get for do with the management of elections, result material and all that one day. They were given this report sometime between October and December. ECSL basically refused to give us that document as a political party. We asked for it. It's a public document. Until we engage with international partners, push here and there. Finally, 2 months ago or 3 months ago, then give we that document. So what would they try for avoid is this. If ECSL is working at a snail pace, forget reforms in the management of we elections, they need somebody from Parliament where they work with them, not control them, when they work with them for ensure say things move really fast.
In
terms of oversight,
you were part of the technical committee,
I
right?
was, yeah.
And the point is, with all these arguments, we want to have a system where not go look like na APC they own position this, na SLPP they own position this. It's fixing a constitution where we all agree say need for be fixed.
Okay.
Why not let's have this position, this hybrid system where APC go accept, SLPP go accept. And the AG was here yesterday saying some of these things you agreed to them, and when una come back publicly, una they disagree.
That is basically untrue. Discussing things. Look, when I do when I go law school in England, there was one particular subject we then call negotiations. The fact is that when you come to the negotiating table, you don't foreclose your counterpart bringing to the table their own viewpoint. But the fact say you discuss them viewpoints, they don't mean say you agree on them. They brought in their own viewpoint in terms of the presidential threshold and the electoral system for use. We self bring in our own viewpoint. We agreed to disagree and decided that we should send it to Parliament to discuss, to debate, and reach a conclusion on it. But coming back to the subject area of which type of political system we for use, we na the APC na a people-centered political party. We views are usually informed by public opinion. We insistence on first past the post is not based on the foundation of us having advantage over SLPP if it is first past the post system we are going to use. Our argument is based on the foundation of empirical evidence. After the privilege of this particular bill, with several institutions, political parties, and private individuals put forward position papers. Parliament be think and fit say, waiting, make we not rush this thing through. Let we go back to the people and consult and see which type of electoral system we them prefer. We get the Council of Paramount Chiefs. They sat down. They engaged their subjects. They came back to Bintumani and put forward their position. Say, we have engaged our subject in our various chiefdom, and overwhelmingly, then come up say the preferred political system, electoral system for use, now first past the post. You commodity, you come to interreligious council, where Sierra Leone is very much religious country, whether na Christian or whether na Muslims. People go to church and mosque, all sorts of things. The religious leaders come back, have been to money, and tell we say we don't engage with congregants them. The preferred electoral system we then want now first past the post. You left there. You come to civil society organizations. Then come together, get a whether it was a workshop or something, but then come together. The Attorney General was there, the APC, the SLPP, all of them were there. And their position is that after engagement with various stakeholders in every part of this country, the preferred electoral system is first past the post. And what's unique about the three outcomes here, now the fact say, the one them waiting at the various chiefdoms them, when are subjects of the paramount chiefs them, they are also congregants in these religious congregations.
But the AG said there are other people who also supported there. And I know they look at that point. It's just the one that
we look at them.
Because these are citizens too. They want PR.
Okay, so let me give you this. We elect paramount chiefs because we want them to get superintendents and control over the chiefdoms. Then people are not just ordinary subject. The fact say the paramount chief then comes, then subject then say, na first past the post system. Then prefer no means say they are not part of their own society or subject there. We want proportional representation. But the overwhelming majority, and majority here rules, the overwhelming majority say na first past the post. Now then same subject here, then at the same mosque and churches. Now, this same subject here, CSO organizations all over the country engage. So the outcomes from them 3 different organizations here are so close that it make the method where they use for engage very credible. But that is not to say there are people who prefer the first past the post. And the argument where Dr. Abdullahi they make in terms of first past the post will not pass the smell test. And this is why. Firstly, when we don't get first past the post system in 2018, we have 4 political parties in parliament, the APC, the C4C, the NGC, and the SLPP. And beyond that, we also get independent members of parliament like Sheikh Asama of Sam Malen. But when you come back to the proportional representation, all then diversity are completely disappear. And the reason why is this, and I know he's going to argue that now because of the threshold, even when you bring down the threshold to 5, which is very, very, very low, you still not go able to forget political parties, many of them come into parliament, not individuals. For example now.
Why?
For example now, when you look back at...
I come to you, Dr. Abdullah.
When you look back at the past election results, you see many of the political parties now they make up to 2%. But beside that,
which is
me, Adi Macaulay, right? Safa Abdullah Komo Kisiteng, is it? Or somewhere in Kisitong.
Yeah, Kailang.
Me come off Ube, right?
If
I team up, yes.
So come up put loco.
No. The point is that he married one power sister in Afube. So for me, you take constituency 122 or constituency 071 na Masimra. If I go Masimra today, I am very popular there because I'm very close to the people in Amasimra 071. They sabi me personally. If I come Fube, I'm very close to the people in Fube. They sabi me personally. So as an independent candidate, either Masimra or Fube, I will win. But if we go with the proportional system of representation, way based on the block system, for like Timap na Freetown, the whole of Freetown, forget 5%. It's going to be extremely difficult when you are not a political party. So that system there is very disadvantageous to the
other political parties.
To independent candidates. But if Nafobe team up, that will get up to 80-90% of the votes.
Under constituency.
So when people they talk about diversity, I mean, it does not make sense when it comes to
like almost 5
when it comes to smaller political parties, and also when it comes to independent candidates.
So, let's come to some of the issues. Again, it's very important for law inform the people. Now I'm going to just read something for you about parliamentary oversight. There are 2 things I want to say. Parliament cannot act unconstitutionally, which I think they have done in terms of the ECSL situation, irrespective of whether it came from the tripartite report. I've had this conversation on the corridors of Parliament that when enough for act unconstitutional, Section 32, now an entrenched clause. Then put an entrenched because they want to protect the sanctity of the Electoral Commission, right? Now let me read for you what you mean by parliamentary oversight. It says it's the practice where legislatures monitor, scrutinize, and evaluate the action, policies, and budget of an executive branch to ensure government transparency and accountability. Now, if you look at the words, it's basically monitor, evaluate, scrutinizes. There is no qualification when it comes to oversight. If you look at the SOPs in Parliament, once they say oversight, it's oversight.
But they said then they set up their own TOR on waiting.
How can you set up it will be unconstitutional? This is the point. We don't talk now say we not for disobey, we not for disrespect the Constitution, right? The ECSL not to that animal or the branch of government where you touch, not to that branch where you control, not to that branch where you provide external oversight for. There is no way where Hadi Macaulay will qualify this for say. The point I don't like is when it's what I see. What my colleague is doing is when it comes to convenient for the APC, it is right. When it's not convenient for them, it is not right. It is right to provide oversight to ECSL because they're not given the UNDP report or because then they drag their foot on reforms. But it is not right. But it is not right to violate the constitution itself. We say ECSL is independent and it's entrenched. Not even touch on. When you want to touch on, you go for go referendum. Right? The action of parliament.
So members of parliament are actually acting unconstitutionally.
Yes, they don't. I don't talk this many times. They don't have the right to touch ECSL or provide oversight to ECSL. You know why? This is the same conversation I'm having. It's the same argument I'm saying. The same reason why we should take ECSL's appointment away from the presidency, for make them a political. Yes, if you look at what the South Africans have done, they get what they call the Chapter 9 powers in their constitution, where institutions where they support democracy, where they support governance, are independently elected, appointed, and their functions are not touched by politicians. Now, this is not just the Electoral Commission. You have the Anti-Corruption Commission, the Audit Service, the Human Rights Commission, the Ombudsman, the Public Defenders, and the Public Prosecutors. These are institutions where you know for touch. That is the Nayanda will forgo, right? You not go get a constitution say this institution is independent. We are not going near and we make her entrenched independent. Then you say no, because we want and this way, because of political convenience, we don't set a committee when a subject matter oversight. No.
So meaning again, Dr. Abdullah, the point I keep making, somebody just say this is it's not like an electoral reform where they get instead of amending
because the electoral reform now we don't focus on. There are other issues which are important, but like I've said,
but this whole document is much about electoral the ECSL and election and how they vote, how they appoint people in ECSL, the name change of ECSL even there.
Yeah, but the name change of ECSL has been recommended from 2002.
Yeah, but that is what I'm saying. So the document mostly is more about election and the debates, if you watch them, like you self agree, it's much about APCSLPP than fixing a problem.
This is I have made that point a long time ago. I've made that point on several other platforms. We don't have to change our constitution for political reasons.
But that seems, do you agree?
It is where we are. And part of that conversation, the APC cannot absorb itself from saying, oh, now the government won't do this. The APC has been pushing for these reforms. They were in the forefront of it. In fact, just 2 days ago, you saw that when they started denying the issue of 50+1, people put out the tripartite recommendation, which they made, right? And then you had Honorable Alpha Khan and JFK on Liberty, where he said, well, now we force APC, now we can go in the parliament, and now you draft them. Then JFK, my good friend, said, yes, now two, So let us not begin to approbate and you call it in English. When you gladly, you want to look like, oh, now they want for doing because it favor them. You have done the same. These reforms now reforms where you call for. Now you say, Lord, do them. Now you put on a tripartite report. Now you push them 2017, if on a last minute. Now where people then put them as breaking news, people begin for holler on social media and I make them do them. So these reforms are reforms you've called for. These reforms are now happening. You call for them because it will have favored you in 2017. Now when it want to happen, you realize, okay, it be for favor we would in a government. Now the favor we now you can't enter the whole.
So that's the point again.
The is guiding to us.
The SLPP government is pushing this because it seemingly favors them.
So that's the point. So every government is trying to push something on the elections. We go favor them.
So that
now, for example, let me give you a debate yesterday. The issue of independent candidates. When I spoke to many of the MPs, I mean, like I said, one of the things I really think we need to do, we could sit here and try for look good in the eyes of the politicians. But when we get to our little corners, we have these conversations because we are friends. And this is a generation that need not to fail this country, right? Yesterday we were having this conversation about independent candidates. And one of my very good close APC colleague, there were 6 of us standing. So when I want for can bring independent candidates, them not enough, so we lost the election. So when I do them, you get the conversation, and we're laughing about it. So when the debate went to Parliament, you could see
It's the same point.
Yes,
it's the same position.
So where they said no, if independent candidates they come, enough for them come on a political party like a breakaway. So everyone is holding their position because of waiting go politically advantage them. Now the conversation we are having is really about political advantage, right? If you look at these consultations, where there has been no broader consultation where each the TRC or the Edmond Cowan. This is 80-man committee running across this country, consulting with students and market women, consulting with some, and they all came with this recommendation. So the question is, why can't we, whether we are now in government, whether we are politicians, whether we are civil society, why can't we see a holistic constitutional reform process and move it?
One of the arguments then, now that instead of having a search and nomination committee, just need for, clarify what consultation means. That was the debate yesterday.
Yes.
What's your position on this?
Yeah, my position
because
is
one of the MPs, Honorable Bashiru Seliki, was arguing you can't take the powers from the president. Say you give people them for make appointments.
You can take powers from the president for the betterment of the country. No, President Biowe Sidoyanda, he has his own ideas. I'm sure he has his own ideas about how he wants to leave the country when he leaves, right? So the idea of you can take power from the president, no, left them corner talk. The Kenyans, the Kenyans lost less than 1,000 people after 2008. They reformed their entire constitution. We lost 150,000 people. We are still not able to reform our constitution. The Kenyans get a vetting system with very proper, who can just adapt. You apply publicly, then put your name out there, people object to it, then give public interviews, then take you to parliament.
Like the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah, the Human Rights Commission. This is what they have done. Because they realized that the guy who ran 2018 election was my colleague in school in Central European University, right? They realized he was a political appointment and some of the decisions were politically influenced. Now that make people support the violence. So they took away the Electoral Commission completely from the politicians. This is what I have said in my last submission. Take it away.
But again, Honorable Daniel make a point to waiting with the try for reform. Is that the president still get the power for reject then 3 people and they go nominate.
Yes, in this instance, that's the point. Because what you are walking into again is absurdity, and I keep saying, law no walk into absurdity. You set up a committee. We've had this instance where the president had appointed someone to the IMC and Parliament rejected only once when we don't see.
Yeah, Dr. Spencer.
Was it Spencer or Willett?
Willett, Dr. James na Parliament. Yes, Dr. James na Parliament actually. Yeah.
Yes. So, but the point is, the Constitution says the president can consult, can listen to your advice. He's not bound by it.
Yeah.
Right? This is very clear. If the president is not bound by your advice, if you want to go do all the consultation, when I do the selection, when I bring 3 men, and the president refused, he's refused. So the solution with the ECSL, let me take you back. Because, I was a lawyer for ECSL, and I'm very passionate about their independence. I think what we need to do is, once Section 32 is entrenched, we have to move that appointment away from the politicians. And I think in our constitutional reform, some of the things we need to talk about is the same provision of the section, the chapter 9 powers in the South African constitution, where we protect certain institutions where nobody no go touch. So for example, if the audit service man no say whether I write bad report or not, I am not going to be touched or chased, they will do their work. If the anti-corruption commissioner no say they're not going to remove me, they go doing work.
So is it much about institutional independence? Allow institutions to work properly and not actually about interpreting the constitution.
So because you lack institution, so that's the point. The point is, if you get look at the local government, for example. I give you many instances because when I was at SDI, we do local government monitoring. Local government is not in the constitution, but we have a unitary state where say we have to have sub-government, right? But it's not in the constitution. So the act can easily be repealed. The SEC Act can easily be repealed. If the government has a majority, they can just repeal it, or the Audit Act, Audit Service Act, or the Statistics Act. These are strong institutions where they protect democracy.
And for being entrenched.
For the independent, you appoint the man. If you not fall within the impeachment process, you don't touch him. Then you know say I for do my job. You know, instead of getting your own restrictions and checks here and there.
But you don't get fear, say if I pull this
person or if I invite this person, you know. So then you have the country going forward. But we don't have people, if I remember, for example, I'll give you an example. Zimbabwe passed a very progressive right to access information law in the late 2000s. And then citizens started using it. Now then go and change the law. You understand? Because Parliament can change the law. But if that is a provision that was in the Constitution, you cannot just change it. It has to be a whole issue. So legislating independence is one step. The bigger one has to be the Constitution.
Adi, there's clear disagreement on the setting up of the committee for appoint electoral commissioner. And you see, it comes back again to the same argument. The APC saying, yes, we should have a search and nomination committee. The president of appointing people and the institution for send names. The APC, they say, no, we just need to fix this issue about consultation. Let's just clear it and how for consult. So it's APC, SLPP again. It's not about having an independent way for get the electoral commissioner.
And this is my view, and I find myself uncharacteristically agreeing with my good friend Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi. But before I come to Dande, I want to say something.
Yeah.
ECSL is not completely outside the oversight powers of Parliament. When it comes to financial oversight, they still get for go to Parliament, for go and then go sit down there. Parliament go ask them all kind of questions, but they work with what they do. And when they inside it, there is no limit to the kind of question where they ask. So they are not completely above board in terms of oversight. But again, the point why they try to make is this. I will guard the powers, just like Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, of ECSL being controlled by any person or authority. But we have a unique situation here. For example, in 2021 or 2021, there was a by-election in Kwenedugu where figures were changed. 049 was changed to 149, where the current electoral commissioner, Edmond Alpha, Pullion Combo. So we want for petition the elections result. But we need for petition because the Local Government Act tell you say you can only petition when the result has been gazetted. I write past 10 letters to ECSL for gazette the result. They refused because they knew what they had done. But the point why they try to make is this. Me, they in very active role when it comes to representing the APC in all the reform areas here. ECSL have been dragging their feet. We not go force they say, now so if you do your work. What you will say is, we all do agree, ECSL be the part of, the tripartite recommendation in areas the way for reform. Say the reform here can only be initiated from your institution, and you've not done it. So we are going to work with you to ensure that you bring these issues to Parliament so that we can move on with them. But beside there, I totally agree with Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi. When it comes to the appointment of some of these independent institutions, the only reason why I argue with them, now the fact say it has to do with integrity, personal integrity. We don't see in 2018 or so, or 2020, the American presidential elections, there was a petition from the Trump administration. The very judges them, when they appoint na the Supreme Court, na then go and rule against in petitions there. It shows you say not about who they appoint you, about the personal integrity and professionalism of the individual. But if we never forget that one day, let we go further and say, let us try to make this independent way. If person not get integrity, say, but if you're not afraid, say the heavy arm of the executive authority, they come over it, it will do within is supposed for do. So the chapter 10, you call on chapter 10, the South Africa.
Chapter 9 powers. Yeah.
Chapter 9 situation of South Africa. Now, in section 1 of we present bill be one for, but not totally, because for me, it's not about taking away powers from the president. It's about ensuring that individuals then work without fear or favor. So for me, we just do the symbolic thing. If we don't get a representative from Sierra Leone Bar Association, when a Sierra Leone Bar Association nominate them or elect them, SLAG nominate or elect, APA, Labour Congress, you get National Youth Council, you get Interreligious Council. If all them people here get one nomination, then can go to president nominate, appoints them. So basically, president in role, na ceremonial role. Then after you do appoint them, now for do an advert, they for do shortlisting of qualified candidates, interviewing and narrowing down to 3. So when you narrow down to 3, you go and give back to president. President don't forget option. We still get the opportunity for appoint one person from the 3 people.
If the president rejects all them 3 people.
No, the law for say you have to appoint. Take for example, in Kenya, as you they say, now the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, they send names to president for appoint as judges. And we see a letter we go on social media where the Kenyan Bar Association or Law Society writes the president and tell them, say, look, the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, as per our constitution, don't send names then to you for appoint. And you not appoint it, and you get a mandate for appoint from that list. The people. I totally agree. The ACC, Audit Service, Bank Governor, and you see the Fed with this Federal Reserve chairman. You know, the Fed President Trump will get away. The court come inside with them. Even the DOJ get cause for drop a case where they get against her because the system they work.
So, but that's the point with the reform here. Dr. Savabla, you talk about reducing. There's no problem in reducing the powers of the president. But one of the argument one of the position that we put now that we've extended the term limit of the president.
This is something that I've said.
7 years.
Listen, right? I have said this many times. I'm Adibo. Wait. Wait. I just sat here and I was waiting for you. Wait.
What's the idea behind that?
So continue. What you me to think is about how do you have now? Okay, let's go to the problem. Right? You have 5 years. The president comes in. He runs the election. Where he can 2 years. He try for settling. 3 years. He begin for think about in re-election. You understand? It does not give enough time for delivery on issues. Look, for example, I keep saying that I look President Bill these days. He's running everywhere. These are the last 2 years of his term. Notice so? He's trying to deliver now. He's trying to make sure those projects will be not start. Now, what you need in a government is someone who comes in and I have 7 years. You do them. You're doing work for 5 years. You're not getting no excuse why you not deliver, right? Then the last 1.5 years, you can go into election campaigns. Or we go for one term of 10 years, we're going to make somebody not become very competitive because you now know, say, at the end of the day, 10 years.
But what's the person not go do in 5 years?
No, but it's 5 years is too short. Yes, it's too short. Because I just explained to you, you do election campaign for 2 years. You run for 3 years, and elections are beckoning. Let's look at what happens. You watch Ernest by Cromine.
You run more time if you be president.
More time as in
given 7 years.
No, I would want to be a president of 7 years, and then when I finish working this country, I'll take you somewhere and say, don't come in 7 years. You are choosing this. You understand? Look at President Koroma in term. He came in. That was when we were in civil society, and they used to call him the audacious president. They were then the church all them rode then at the storm. You understand? And then he was doing that. Election come. In the middle of elections. And now, while you are doing this, you are thinking, if my minister were popular in my party, they misbehave. If I remove them, them they can't wear I need them. You just know. You understand? You begin to think about, you begin to have political considerations. You begin to think about what I need for do for please the people rather than long-term development program. You now they do short-term things where for make you look popular like you are delivering. So for example, you have an economy that is struggling, say if I do this policy, it go bite you right now, but in 3 years it will deliver better. But you are thinking, if I begin for doing in the second year of my tenure, elections they come, by the time I begin deliver, I go don't get a bad name. We had I don't call her Bob Sinsise. If you still remember Bob Sinsise, they call him Bob Brokos. The things that he was trying to prevent, now we see so today. Not so?
Yeah.
It's so not pass.
But it's leadership.
But the point is,
you need more time for people to do
it's so like for.
Is it about the politics?
It is pre-politics. Your survival as a leader is politics. Think about it. You're only sitting in that chair because of politics.
Dr. Abdullah, we just built a conference center in less than 1 year. Conference center, an international conference center. So where there's a will, there will always be the way. Because the president was committed to it.
Then a very religious
I'm just saying
lens towards development, and it doesn't work like that.
But that is a huge development. Where we the showcase now? One of the biggest development projects.
No. I disagree.
But somebody needs 7 years for.
So let me come in.
Don't come. No, you come. Let just complete. Yes, please. Somebody need more time for able to develop, because especially coming from
my argument has been this: you need to give firstly political stability to the country. Now, if you want to have elections in 7 years, as election pass, we'll forget about elections. We are thinking of development. But most of the times, after your 5 years election, people are just, as they win so in politics, how do I sustain, how do I get my second term? And that becomes a consideration, right? We've seen the government has done massive development when it comes to the ECOWAS issue, what you talk about. Yes, this is a very one-off event, because even now if you go closer to the economic people, they will tell you, say that thing they will build, it will get for tell on we economically somehow. Now, which means you cannot do 10 of that. It's a one-off event. You understand? If you want to do holistic political development, you need more time on it than the 5 years.
Adi, will you need 7 years?
I mean, the sound of 7 years, scares me. It's quite obnoxious, in my opinion. I mean, imagine you get a very bad president, you get stuck with her for 7 years. Imagine. So we forever so often take we leaders then to the people for validation. 5 years is not a long time. In Mexico, there is a 4-year term and only one term. You come in as president of Mexico, you serve 4 years.
Yeah, that's why Mexico is Mexico.
Then you go na.
That is why Mexico is Mexico today.
You go na Senegal. It's far developed than Sierra Leone. You go na Senegal. When President Macky Sall take over, the term for the president was 7 years. He said to himself, it's
one of things.
He said to himself, it's a very bad idea. He said the reason why it's a bad idea. If you can't get a president when a terrible president, you get stuck with that for 7 years. And you want the opportunity as soon as for taken back to the people for determine whether or not.
If not good leader.
So what can he do? If not good leader, they go re-elect him. What did Macky Sall do? He reduced him from 7 years.
If you go to Ghana last month,
Ghana.
Let's give all the examples from so the people can learn.
Now, what thing they work at the moment now?
But Ghanaians is working.
Ghana.
Not give the examples correct.
For increase.
So what I am saying is, I am not talking or making examples about proposals. I'm making examples about system we already they work. In Senegal, it was 7 years. Macky Sall came in after he served in first 7 years. He reduced them to 5 years. Now they work for them. So Mexico, 4 years of one term. You finish, you go. And I want to make this. There is no president they will get a monopoly over the development of the country. We get what we call continuity of government. And this is it. Just hold on for me, Safa Abdullah. You get what we call continuity of government, right? When you colleague presidents don't start a project in order for finish them,
you can continue.
Take for example, the Lumley Government Hospital. There was one way President Nkrumah started, it was 95% complete. President Bio came in, he completely ignored the building way 75% complete. He start a new one and finish them. In my opinion, that is very poor leadership judgment, because now you don't get two buildings done in a one community where that new building where you build. So if you don't take a car and go place like Waterloo and just complete the 5% so you don't need the 7 years for all of this.
Let me just quickly, not just take some comment there. We get questions and comments. Yes, now they say we just want to conclude on that quickly, Nafisa too, as we conclude.
Mr. Macaulay say, can Mr. Adi Macaulay disclose his net worth before vying for the presidency? We don't need poor, impoverished people vying for the presidency of Sierra Leone. Then the other one say, can you please ask him if he was president at this time, or if he were president at this time, what should he have done regarding the fuel crisis that everyone is facing in the world? So what is the argument, Adi? The oversight will control the electoral body, which will be conflict of interest, which you rightly just said. Now, for both of you, from the two legal minds, does the proportional representation system allow an independent candidate to be elected and represented in parliament? Dr. Safar, you are really being honest with all your assertions. But do you bring this to your party members in the SLPP parliament? This other one reads, 7-year presidential term is a recipe for dictatorship. You can do more than one thing at the same time. I will disagree with Dr. Safar Abdullahi. Even if you increase the tenure to 10 years, if the leader is not effective and efficient, it will not yield any result.
Okay. Well, let's take that comment. Dr. Abdullah, quickly.
Yes, quickly before I run out, like I said, I have. So firstly, what you have had it doing very craftily, you bring the isolated examples. Mexico of all places. You can go Senegal yesterday. You know, even talk about Ghana, where last week then say law is with term limit from 4 to 5.
Yes.
You understand? The predominant thing is that the whole world knows that term limits are always good, but they can be small, they can be shorter for development. Look, we all have opinions on how we want to run the country, which we think we need. It's also good for people to disagree with us when we sit here. One of the things I can tell you, if you know me very well, you know my points that I made on radio. I don't talk within the SLPP. I don't talk to the people in parliament, because my views are my views. That's why I know they hide. I know they talk in a corner. Because even when I sit here and I speak, the SLPP members within a parliament, within government, they agree with you at the top. And that's why I express it on here. So without much ado, I think this is a very healthy debate, and I think we should continue.
You think this bill could be amended today? You think we'll have a bill, we'll have a law that will address the problem they will get, or it will just be
I think the first point is I've said this before, amending the constitution now is a good thing, because we've been calling for constitutional reform. Whether we politicize it or not is another question. But I think I put them, if they look for which man you get juice, you for take them. Not so we don't get juice, now take them. The amendment is a good thing. The president is bold to want to do it. We can disagree on the various intricacies and fine lines about it, but it's a good thing for us to do.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Safar Abdullahi. Adi?
Thank you very much, Safar Abdullahi, for taking up the offer. You know me into King.
Yeah.
But again, two questions. One, my net worth. I have been a lawyer for coming 23 years, and a successful one for that matter. So I'm not going to say I'm a money man, but I'm very much comfortable. And the issue of integrity not get anything to do with whether you gentry or you're not gentry. It's just something that is innate in you. It's about the individual. Take, for example, President Biden is a poor man. He's struggling with his personal finances. But he was president of the republic. When he was vice president, when in late Bobo get cancer, President Obama say, okay, I will contribute to the medical cost. So you don't need forget money for be president. You get people when are poor people. Now this country, if you give them the presidency, they will be very good presidents. So net worth is not an issue, but I will not be hesitant for put out there within net worth.
You go declare your asset publicly.
Definitely. I am not going to be like President BOA promise for declaring your asset publicly and go in a corner. And interestingly, one of the reasons why I suspected them pull me.
Oh, now you for being declared.
I mean for declare 3 days for make it declare. So for making no breach the legislative requirement, then pull me come on the full. And I want to give this to Cabinet Kalon. It was the only SLPP minister we declare in assets to me as commissioner when they come into office. So I want to give him credit.
The former minister of transport.
Former minister of transport. He was the only one.
I board chair now.
He was the only one that declared. And from when he declared, no one they making information public. No, I am a professional.
Okay.
But again, somebody asked the question: if me na president today, what I go do about the fuel crisis?
Yeah.
So the fuel pricing get EU metrics. Quite a lot of the cost we do on the fuel not get for do with the oil marketing companies, their overheads. It get for do with government taxes. For example,
the government they give subvention in the announcements with them pull yesterday.
So let me give you this. I mean, let's forget about subvention. Let me give you this. This $120 million Lunge one-off investment na Lunge. We they pay for them through we fuel subsidy, through we fuel prices. In fact, government I don't know if government don't say this. There is a charge on this cost of fuel directly where they go towards. They call it infrastructure charge. I will pay for that Lunge.
For the Lunge no more, or it's charges for that.
So basically, it is going towards Lunge. So like you this, you get what you call the porch charge. The Public Finance Act of 2026. Now, one of the reasons we make fuel prices up. When in December last year, right? Porch charges for fuel per ton now be $3. The 2026 Finance Act raised them to $3.50 when a 17% increment. Then the excise duty, that the taxes we NRA they impose on fuel. Before 2026 January, in December it was 2 leons 80 cents per liter. The 2026 Finance Act raised them to 5 leons per liter, so it's about 80% increment. Then you come to road users charge that now for IMFA. It was for petrol. It was 77 leons per liter. 70 cents per liter. Now 1 leon. So it's 43% increment. Then you get what you call the infrastructure development fund. For petrol now be 2 leons 46 cents per liter. Now they go towards the infrastructure development fund. After the Finance Act of 2026, it increased to 3 leons 44 cents. So now 30% increment. Then you come to what we call the removal of direct subsidies. What be the happen was government say we dey subsidize the
oil marketing
companies. But now that they be the trust from the oil marketing companies. So when they decide for remove the subsidies, you remember say this same SIBA now be the argue say the reason why the fuel price go up now because they remove subsidy. Right? And the subsidy we will be don't owe. Probably it is between $8 to $15 million we government be owe the oil marketing companies, even more. For every 1 liter fuel where you buy, that debt way government be owe, you get for pay 1.52 cents for them. So we not only they pay all the small charges here, we even they pay debt we government will. And this Lunge.
Government in the statement yesterday, government, no, you don't read waiting the data where you get. I don't know side that data they come up from. La read waiting government say. Government say for petrol per liter, we go 35 from 33. The government they provide subsidy of 2.11 leons per liter. Diesel 40, you don't go 40 leons from 35. the government, they provide 3.04 leons per litre. And the adjustment, according to government, now because of international fuel prices, exchange rate, and you appreciate the global markets and what's in the happen presently.
So when you look at waiting at all rate, now you understand why the fuel price between January and April this year, it doubled from 23 leons something to 40 leons.
Well, at least government they provide some subsidy for reduce.
So what I try for say is that for sure you say what I don't say very credible. You see a very steep changes in the cost of fuel, almost 100% in 4 months. Now because governments come and enforce the Public Finance Act of 2026, we put heavy burden. But again, they talk about subsidy. Lord Denning, wonderful legal scholar, say you cannot give with one hand and take with the other. And I want to make any government official kaya.
Yeah, I go get economic conversation.
I am ready. I am not an economist, but I know what we call the street economics.
Okay.
The belly economics. I able to argue that one day. You cannot give with one hand and take with the other, right? So this is it. Part of the subsidy we government be owe to the oil marketing companies. Now we, the consumers of fuel products, they pay them.
Okay.
So government they trust for we, then we pay the money back. So it makes no sense.
Okay.
They are not subsidizing us because you cannot give with one hand, the left hand, and take it back with the right hand. So let's see,
we go spend time and get some from the government.
Just like me and my brother.
Exactly.
And thank you for letting me and my brother. This come up from a conversation.
Now why people don't.
Yes. Answer me some. I say I don't go to law. I don't go discuss the issue.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's part of democracy and good governance. At least they get in conversation. But finally on the amendment bill.
Yes.
What's they expect? Because there's been this disagreement. Like I said earlier, I get the age in here. It say there was a group who not they engage and agree some of the things them. And when it goes to parliament, disagreements and don't come. Will there be a common ground in the interest of the people or this nation in getting this done?
So let me start by this. Like I say, when we sit down to talk and negotiate with the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, where my classmate of mine at law school, everything was put on the table. First past the post system, proportional representation, the different types of proportional representation. We go work, we discuss all of that. But there were two sticky issues. One, the type of electoral system we will use, and secondly, the presidential threshold. And we agree, say these issues, let's send them to Parliament. They are representatives of the people. Let them debate them, consult their people, and let them reach a position where everybody necessarily will be the winner. That is one. But not forget that Parliament is a sovereign parliament. We as political parties can go and agree on anything. Take for example, I can come and say, SAP people don't agree, say this, such a nomination committee, all them things here. But I Tawa, the debate, and he was part of that technical committee. They argue and debate on issues touching and concerning the search and nomination committee. We're completely contrary to the discussions we will get. Let us don't foreclose the sovereignty and power of Parliament to make laws by we own discussions where we get.
We are not being get any agreement.
We have
negotiation.
We have common grounds on areas. There were 21 sections in the proposed bill. There are only 2 areas that are sticky. That is the presidential threshold and the type of electoral system we will for use. And Safa also made a point about, because of the having diasporas getting involved in politics. I think it makes sense.
Then they all agree on.
It makes sense.
The difficult points them, they expect MPs them for hold on to una position until they go to a vote? Or will there be a common ground? I've not had much conversation about.
So basically, we are representing the interests of our people, right? And the interests of the people based on the outcome of the engagement with the paramount chief, then make council of interreligious council and CSOs, right? It's first past the post. And we as a political party don't take a decision, say, now first, based on the interests of the majority of the people and our membership, now first past the post system. And I see that going through because based on section 28 of our constitution, you need 2/3 majority of the members of parliament. I am emphasizing on the definite article of the members of parliament. We mean say the government forget 100 votes. Even when you take the paramount chief them votes, we say then will always work with the government of the day. You put onto the SLPP membership in the parliament. It's not up to 2/3 majority. You still need at least 5 members of the APC for crossover, and we don't see that happening. 5 members, we don't see that happening because we have what I call an ironclad system we don't put in place. We for ensure say no one will cross the aisle to go against the position of the party and the people.
Okay, well, you end with the people. I will ask you, what's in this mean for the people if only it's about the party?
No, we are putting forward the views of the people, majority of the people. Not to everybody go agree, but majority saying that this, we as a political party, we people-centered. Go follow that one day.
Well, thank you so much, Adi Macaulay, for speaking to us this morning, and we don't get a very good conversation. We'll follow up the debate today. The debate in the Parliament, the committee stage, continue at 12 noon, according to the speaker, and we hope delay no go day for seats today again. But we go follow him and bring more updates. And subsequently, hopefully, after this has been passed or whatever the outcome, we will continue the conversation. We'll take a quick break. We can talk to somebody next. We don't follow the parliamentary debates before we end the program. Continue for stay with we.
New idea towards the constitutional amendment, the 50% or 50 plus 1 is that the 50 plus 1 when at the last election with the PR system, me personally I support. The reason be that we all know that this country that they do election, where they say they get amendments, and so you will get runoff or we cancel or die or may or die. How can I call it? Honorable or die. When they do that runoff election, a lot of problem, other halala day, other things that they do. So you see, so me and they talk to all the companies for me to accept that PR system because now the political party then they appoint policy 1, 2, 3 policy after this policy and this policy and this policy. For example, and they make a vivid example to we cancel already don't tell me time. May so let's speak cancel Oju when he die no election. They just appoint one with the second. But if they be saying outside the we can do election back that fair that other thing all thing. So see, so me Professor Benya I support the PR system and the 50 plus 1%. I support that very well.
According to the citizens of this country, we they try with best for like we say the government system try for improving this country. The 50% to the 50.1% to the count and so now they fine for like you become a president because traditional 55% where they defend pass no more go per runoff. So now we say we not go one runoff, we want 10 go because that runoff then a waste of resources in this country. So we money they go. Beside and this PRO system where they count in the country, me I look at and say I don't get problem with that day because if you constituency where you say na this policy allow make as a constituency let policy map na ya the people that they work go meter too much. But now the PRO system, it depends on now. It's easy for everybody. It depends on what you can do for your people there. If you get power, you remember then it's okay because government business, government ain't get everything.
Me this PRO system I not say. na better thing for we Sierra-Leoneans because we be used to that where we go vote that we go honorable we go cancel them if you some type in a way we able to go to honorable or cancel or go catch to them they help we but right now this PR system some type in a way who they able to go they say na districts you say go wool but they honorable and they cancel them they be fine na be fine system we want the government left that system there. Because entende you honorable responsible you cancel the responsible but now they say then people and they now they say no now party now put you inside we not can work for party no So that system is not good for we Sierra Leoneans.
I mean say 49 person get like 49, the one get 50% plus one person. Like if them for go make other election, you better let them do the election, because let them waste other resources. For let them make other election, let runoff no go there. Because Wilberforce now me I not able to be the honorable way there. I not sabi because we na other side we na one great honorable they represent we all. We me not sabi self. Uda na the honorable na the district. Like me I go let them count am because if we get issues them like anything where I'm boy na bridge or everything and then we able sabi the person we na the honorable we will go meet am for we own problem.
Welcome back to the Tooth Morning Division on Tooth FM on 103.9. Me the talk. My name is Nafisatola Nkadi. We can get updates from the CEO of and founder of the Citizens Barry, Eleanor Thompson Esquire, who we can talk to via call. And they can give updates from all the proceedings in the Parliament as it don't they follow religiously. Always in the Parliament and it don't they follow the debates them, the proceedings them. Good morning, Eleanor.
Good morning, Nafisatu. Good morning, Bambula.
Yes. So, Eleanor, you don't follow the debates in the Parliament. Say, you don't reach the committee stage. You don't go anytime there is a sitting. You don't go. So, what are your assessments currently of the whole proceedings?
Yes, thank you. So, we get a team where they monitor the discussion of Parliament for the Constitutional Amendment Bill. And in discussion, let's not observe now that we are disappointed in the fact that most of the discussion there, they actually center on within go benefits citizens. So it's interesting for you, this one politician and they say, or not just this one, during the debates, and then also in politicians say that they seek the interests of the people, or that party them people-centered. When the position and where they before Parliament and this constitutional amendment bill debate, no people-centered at all. So make I give some examples of how we don't see politicians then don't be very savvy or talk the language of democracy, but they're not actually, what they put forward, not actually help for practice democracy. So for instance, the debate on independent candidates. Again, from the perspective of citizens, we see, say, unfortunately, to the political party then, not agree for that provision, they forget independent presidential candidates. Even though we've been raised some issues with the criteria, but forget independent candidates at all, now something we actually benefit the country in democracy. MP then, during the debates, so worried about independent candidates and how they were weakening political parties. Because then just look at it from the perspective of people and where they defect from their political party and become independent. Whereas from the perspective of citizens, particularly citizens, we don't get no interest for belong to political party, for join political party. But they still get the right for participate in the public life of the country. And so that competition is now it actually drive democracy where you get independent candidates them. It drive political competition where they strengthen governance and the democracy. Another example, now this discussion on the nomination of the electoral commissioner, where I don't discuss extensively this morning. An open and transparent public process, not in the interest of the citizens. So if we dey reduce the debate to consultation, no consultation, or wetin consultation mean, or we reduce the debate to the such a nomination committee, then they know they go to the heart of wetin go make the process more open and transparent and get citizens involved. When an open and transparent process, I know a number of suggestions and come up this morning, model and what we can follow. The Human Rights Commission the model in Kenya. But because the politician and not the pattern from the perspective of citizens, now it make we they get debates, but whether we for how we for define constitution rather than propose the way we actually make the process more open and transparent. Another example, now this clause on suspension of criminal trials for presidential candidates.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
I see you post on Facebook as well. We talk about suspending criminal.
But the fact that if somebody gets case, for instance, if somebody they accuse them for rape or sexually picking, then that person turn presidential candidate. So you mean the person will get where now the victim he own right to access justice with a suspended just because somebody get the status of being a presidential aspirant. Then it show once again he not so from the perspective of citizens and the majority of citizens in this country, because for make law with the benefit just a few political elite, when actually they disadvantage the majority of citizens, where they actually compromise the rights of a majority of citizens, it show with the perspective from which the politician and the representative there, they come at making a constitution where therefore stand the test of time, right? And then finally, another example of how the debates really don't focus on political maneuvering rather than citizen interest. Now, the elephant in the room, the type of electoral system. So we don't reduce these debates now to PR versus past the post. And as we do here, not to just from the AP, but also even this morning as well, a technical committee today where we even look into options around hybrid system. And Lamana, you rightly asked this morning, why they want and they not come up? Why they not feature na the debate? What's it in the interest of citizens and not forget an electoral system where fits for real needs, where fits for real purposes. We don't get broad consensus or overwhelming majority consensus for proportional representation or first past votes. We don't sit down there from the different survey them, the constitution, the way they say they do. So why we not design something where actually go meet your needs, a customized system, then they go be the people-centered solution or approach. So I mean, now this is the issue where we deal with, and trust already low among citizens them. So this people the perfect opportunity for politicians to build that trust in. But what we don't see from the debate last week to the committee stage yesterday, that most of the proposals, many of the proposals and the debate really don't center around political points, foreign political points, rather than all man, they in this together for engage and come out with a constitution where they benefit the majority of citizens where they benefit the country for tomorrow Bambai.
Okay, so you really emphasize a lot about how you you say you tell God 10K away woman and they participate in the debate them, but you say you also say you feel like instrument and they use them as for political gamemanship. I want to make you explain that one, the fine one.
Sorry, I know the question.
Okay, so you make a position about female representation, women's representation at parliament, and you talk about how they pray for 10 like this so woman go get opportunity for, they part of the debate, add them voice to the conversation. I say, you feel like they use them as instruments for political gamemanship. You feel like they treat women them fairly?
Sorry, the line of not clear. I really not get the question.
Okay, you get me now? Elino?
Yeah, perhaps you can just repeat them.
Yes, I repeat them again. I talk about your position on women's representation in parliament and the opportunity we they get for add them voice to the debates, the discussion. You then you use it as instruments for political gamemanship. I say for make you further explain that one day, which are you position on that particular one day. Hello, Elino. Hello.
I really know they get to hear me.
You get me now?
The line not too clear.
Okay. So we will try to get you another time. So sorry, we get technical issues. Till next time, Elino. Plenty thank you to you for where you don't take your time, for joining we, for giving updates about the position of citizens barrier. We will not only follow the parliamentary proceedings them, and also not only take the committee stage and all. Now also we'll tap the program for today. We will continue to that tomorrow. Now don't forget to say that to the last, as always, we there also for amplify the voices of the marginalized groups, for talk about issues them, hold power to account, speak the truth. Now and we there so for, and we will continue for do that one day. The Truth Morning Devotion will return to you tomorrow, as always, 6:30 in the morning. My own name and Avisatu Ola Nkadin on behalf of me and my co-host Amadou Lamranaba. We want for the God the Kotinaya. Tata.
Respect to all massive and crew. It's been a long time you've been away from home. That's why me come back. When me sing things up, when me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie, and dirty character. Thief man, they are a thief now. This is the batter. I, Rasta man, me know Eric Kokembu, me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make it settle, and then you jump beside. You don't dirty and more. Thief man, they are a thief now. This is the batter. Salon they go behind. Who that now we go believe? Oh, this na wrong side life. Now we dey live so. If they are like thief, who that now we go believe? This na wrong side life. Now we dey live so. Sorry, say na sana self say na sorry. Oh, this na wrong side life. Now we dey live so.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.